Well,
True.
no, wait,
You know what? You know what?
wait, no, wait.
No, you know, true. Yeah, actually true.
No.
I triple down on that.
But I've honestly been a little bit changed my mind tonight by the conversation I've heard. I'm really shocked. It's never happened, but X actually like changed my mind.
Wrong.
I disagree.
Wrong. Like what the?
This is not even
I don't give
fucking
a-
analysis. This is
I
not
don't
fucking
give a-
analysis. Doesn't make any
If
fucking
you say
sense.
no,
Open
talking
exposure
about
argument.
him
No
right
fucking say that
now.
shit. That's
You
retarded.
proved me
I don't
right.
give a fuck about it. No, I did
You
prove you right. I take
spoke
monetary
on him
fucking value.
right
Monetary
now.
value.
Yeah, they should make
Yes, do this, do this,
Someone
do
to my
this,
video.
do this.
Click the bell, flash Qorantos. Back to my fucking video. My videos, I'm gonna get paid. Back to my video.
I win.
Your goal for the Ethan debate, are you trying to like have a good conversation and everything, or are you trying to are you just trying to like get a big own on him?
Big own.
Okay.
All right, give me a point Ethan has that you think we can iterate on.
I mean, I feel like the thing that he's going to push you really hard on that most people probably intuitively aren't going to feel good about is that streamers have a default right to basically commandeer somebody else's intellectual property for personal gain. That's going to be something that, like, I think an average person is never going to like that opinion, even if you're
But why should I care though? Is it?
Well, you don't have to care.
I
I didn't say you have to care. I didn't say you had to care. I don't know why you're asking. You're just saying what's the point of argument? That's my point of argument. That even if you think you do good, you're going to look bad, and then everyone's going to shit on you.
It's
and you're
the
going to
same
get upset.
thing as it's gonna be like a world's view debate again, where like it's all about optics, and if you're the guy who helps the poor and helps the people get money, you are a savior. So he wins by default, and unless I crush him. It has to be like a 100-0 win to really get anything done against an argument like that, pretty much.
100-0 win again. Well, no, it's just I don't think that your position ever looks good to an average person. It's always just going to look like
exactly.
Yeah.
But on the actual facts themselves, I mean, I win by default pretty much, right?
Well, it depends on what facts we're talking about. If we're talking about legal facts, then probably not. But if we're talking about like, does this hurt streamers or whatever, then probably.
Does it hurt streamers? I don't get it.
I'm sorry. Does it? If you're going to argue if it hurts YouTubers, and you're going to say I don't think it hurts YouTubers. I mean, you can arguably win on that point because I don't think it's ever been proven that it has. But yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, you would have to find data for that, right?
Yeah, which is a really hard argument to prove. Even if it was happening, that'd be a hard argument to
prove. Yeah,
because
it's an introspect and it's a lot of like the past and the future and how these things work. So the stats themselves aren't going to really say much.
Yeah. Are you at a point where you're ever going to talk to that Dark Viper guy, or no?
Absolutely not. I think you can see through his character on Twitter, the way he's doing things and manipulate the algorithm in order to like garner bullshit. I think if he showed that he was doing more content and actual knowledgeable and had anything of value, and he was doing that, it would be fine. But he's like purely focused on like making a mockery out of it, just because views this, views that, and it's like it's just I think it's like I'm gonna say how it is. It's gonna be a little bit harsh, but I think that's the vision that really bad creators have. It's like a very like rookie bad streamer / bad YouTuber behavior. Sorry, that's just my thing.
Sure. I mean, to be fair, I think the guy's relatively successful, right? Isn't he? I think he's blown up quite a bit.
Yeah, but that's a behavior that is bad. That's what I'm saying. I don't care about his whole shtick as a whole. I think that shtick is bad. It's people that it's usually like very like old school cringe like by the way, I did this for the views, by the way guys, got him. It's like it's rubs me the wrong way. You can do that if you have really good content and you're really going balls hard with it, but the way he's doing it is just like I don't know, it's kind of repulsive.
Okay, that's fair.
This is just miserable.
Somebody said, I'm listening and I figure H3H3 is going to come at him pretty easily with the transformative angle. XQC has talked before about how he considers it important to transform and that everyone is aligned, but he has approximately 5 minutes of input on vids that can be up to an hour long that are uploaded. I assume even X would agree that's not transformative or not enough at least. And
if you make those ratios, right? What's transformative? Is it the percentage of the screen, of the audio, of the actual cutout? Like what? Because then React content is the React that they're talking about might actually be worse in other formats. And the way the format that they want is not feasible for the type of thing that I react to. Then find a better video. Okay, then find a better stream to watch, bitch ass. I don't give a fuck.
I don't. The person who's injured here feels like this the YouTuber, right? Not who's watching the stream, right?
Injured if proven that he's injured.
Well, the injury would be the theft of copyright. They don't have to prove damages. The injury is just them like feeling like their copyright has been violated. Right?
Sure. Which in practice nobody would actually care about because it actually helps them out, and they know that. It's just virtue signaling, really.
Okay. Based.
Virtue signaling is more successful than anything these days. It's like really crazy these days. I feel like. I like it. Like you said a long time ago. Don't be arrogant. We're talking about H3H3. Like arrogance is just. It's not I'm trying to push arrogance. Is that there's just a very big lack of care for people that pretend that they care, because all they care about is the appearance of truth, but in fact, truth itself is on my side 100%. Because unless you prove that it's bad or that it's damaging, who cares? Well, on paper, like this, you shouldn't be. No, I don't think anybody cares. It's their old fucking dumbass laws. It's all really bad. Like, just be quiet about that. I think it's really bad. And I'm dead here, I think. Never mind. Oh my god, this game is kind of crazy. Well, also he says that, like, he says just shit like, you know, I try not to do that as often as I can, to just make an assumption on the fly and it be pretty damaging and not go back and correct it or apologize for it. I think that's just bad. I'm saying, oh, this guy only does this and it's just, he never done that. Oh, isn't that the guy who did it, like, that crime and it never happened? Like, I'm not a big fan of that. And he never goes back and actually double checks and says like, yo, that was pretty bad, my bad. He doesn't do that. And I think that's really bad. And he did that to me all the time in that one video, and I hate that. Like, he gambles on stake. Yeah, on kick, yeah, he plays slots, he does that. And like, I haven't done it once. And I haven't even, like, there's been nothing about it. And making these assumptions, it's decently damaging. And it creates a narrative, or at least a lot of pushback, and he makes no effort to go back and correct it. I think that, as a concept, is very bad. And I wish he didn't do that.
Do you want like a warm-up argument for this, or?
Sure. He's probably gonna watch this and then scrim, but yeah. Go ahead.
Do you know who MauLer is?
No. Should I care?
Jesus, can you be respectful? He's a YouTuber guy.
I think should I care is something I ask a lot often, and I don't think it's like a bad thing to ask, right? It's like, is this of importance in my world that it brings any sort of value, or I should be aware of?
Yeah, I understand. I'm just saying that most other human beings perceive that question to be pretty aggressively rude, right?
And am I in the quest of their approval, or do I have other goals that are a little bit better than that? Because their approval is fucking irrelevant.
I think the thing is,
fucking involved and subscribe if they want to.
Okay, now who's being the edgelord? Okay, you said I was being edgy earlier. It feels like you're.
I'm being edgy. I'm tired of this fucking bullshit that people have on the internet. It's so fucking annoying. I'm so tired of it, and it makes me jaded. So yes, they can fuck off, lick me, and then subscribe. Holy fuck! Anything else is fucking annoying.
Okay.
Continue.
True. Do you have perms to join that room in my Discord?
What?
Do you have perms to join that room in my Discord, Destiny's room?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm moving into there, so I don't have to like restart and make like 20 fucking calls.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Give me time. Yeah.
All right. Oh, good luck, buddy.
So here we are again.
Did you just wake up?
No, well, sort of, but I'm fine.
What? How do you go from no to sort of to a question like, do you wake up? It seems pretty binary.
My sleep schedule is so up, you don't even know.
Okay.
It's too much to explain. How you doing?
I'm doing okay. How complicated can it be for like a sleep schedule?
Like, because I have so many commitments for streams and trying to make videos that I end up finding like, you know, oh, here's 2 hours free, I can sleep there and then I'll have to wake back up.
Oh,
It's
jeez.
not healthy, and I need to figure out a better system while I,
True.
it doesn't kill me.
It is not healthy.
What you playing?
It's a new autism game. Cop. I don't even know if he has. I think he has permits on my server. Here you go. Okay, he's probably doing a game right now. How's life? Anything exciting going on?
Just editing. Always editing.
Oh, okay, here you go. So this guy thinks you're a cuck piece of shit. MauLer does.
Wait, I thought you meant he felt... Okay.
And I think that he's poor.
Oh,
I'm just kidding, bro. Relax. It's just something that I said to Trick or Chat because everything the Tate era and shit. I think the word brokey as like a ironically, and they hate it so much. It triggers me. They hate it so much that I just use it like whatever. Just keep going.
Okay.
All right. So where should we start? X, do you believe that like anyone has this position legitimately, or do you kind of think at this point that it's all like virtue signaling and stuff?
Yeah, it's virtue signal. 100%. It's entirely virtue signal. I think to the 99.9%.
So like my angle is that I've always done this, and I assume Destiny and everyone else kind of, right? Like we've all done responses to stuff over the internet.
Yeah.
And I thought it was like crazy when I first saw, I think it was Hassan was the first person I saw that did like MasterChef stuff and everything. I think you mentioned that you've stopped doing that now, like with I don't know how to put it, like mainstream television shows and maybe movies.
I didn't stop entirely. I mean, people call me on this. I tried to stream some movies there. I mean, it didn't go too well. I'm trying to understand better on how that works. So I'm playing with the topic of it a little bit, but I'm trying to get banned. So I'm buffering my shit a little bit on and off, and I try some things, and some things work and it doesn't. But overall, I don't do it as like out of the kindness of my own heart. I test the waters. Does that make sense?
In your like perfect world, do you think you should be able to do it though?
So sensitive topic.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but it depends what, right? And I think we're a little bit ahead of the industry because I think down the line I predict a certain change that I'll talk about later if you want. And I think it's a bit too fast, but yeah, but it just depends on what the selection is. You have to be careful of that selection.
Okay. So like I assume you're similar with Destiny maybe, and I'm not sure if Hassan has a position, but like it's partly to do with your position on copyright, like an
Nope.
IP.
Nope.
No.
The law can suck it. I honestly, I understand. I shouldn't say things like this, right? When it comes down to these laws, I think a lot of them are flawed, old, defunct dog shit, right? And when I don't really use it as a moral compass. I think morality and legality are two different areas entirely, and people mix them together whenever it fits their narrative, and sometimes they don't. And I think playing that little push and pull game is really cringe. That's my actual take.
I think that's totally fair. Let's stay fully away from the law. We'll stick strictly to morals. But what I mean then when I say it is like a lot of people think, morally speaking, that we should have rights to our intellectual property, right? Like the
Yes.
morally, yeah. So gunning straight from that, I think that whatever I create and whatever you guys create and whatever anyone creates, there should be a limit on before anyone can reuse it for their own purposes.
Yeah.
To a crazy extent or to smaller extents. And then of course we all have lines on where we consider it transformative, but I assume you're in favor of that, at least to some degree.
Yeah.
Because like you wouldn't want people re-uploading everything you do without adding to it and making money off it, I assume.
You have to be really careful when you ask, especially big streamers, that question, because I'm pretty sure XQC, even me, I would never give a fuck. I don't care.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But there's scenarios where you would, right? Like if they started getting more viewership than your re-uploads.
The only way I would care about it would be is if I did like a podcast and somebody cut that particularly and they got it on YouTube before I got it from my stream to YouTube. That would be like one circumstance where I'd care. But other than that, not even if people got more views than me, I would just consider it really good exposure. And that's the most important thing for me as a streamer is exposure. So. Yeah,
and on top of that, not only that, when that happened to me, I just hired him. That's it. Literally, I just hired the guy, right? Because if he gets ahead of me, overall, he does a good job. And if he does a good job, why wouldn't I have it on my team instead, right? It's my content, and so he does a better job, I'm gonna hire him then.
Well, what if they refuse?
H3H3, it sucks. It never happened before because a lot of the people that do that are fans of the content. So they just do it. And it's more money for everybody else because we can convert everything together. It's better for the algorithm, better for revenue, better for everything. There's no arguments against it.
You would experience some form of benefit. I wouldn't deny that. But like, if it was ultimately proven that they were still getting most of the money and you weren't, especially on platforms you might not even be interested in, you're just going to let it sort of happen in the hopes that it will benefit you ultimately?
Okay, that I don't think that's ever. I've never encountered that type of ecosystem, right? So I think some of these hypotheticals are tough for them to find one of them in the real world, right? Mm-hmm. Like, does it happen very often? It hasn't happened to me before, and I haven't seen it before, so it's kind of difficult to make an assumption or on how that would be like, right?
Okay.
It's difficult unless you have some data or something or an example you want to show me.
Wait, so it sounds like you're hyper progressive on the idea of people being able to move content around, but that you want like an exclusive sort of, even if it's a day, access for audiences to come to you first for whatever you make. Yeah,
and you know what? It's a good topic that you bring that up, right? Because people think that like streamers are really dumb about that, right? And we don't know about that. It's actually worse for us somehow because it's all about live engagement for us, right? So things are in real time, and sometimes when things are live and very personal and aren't really meant to be shared, except for I want the experience to be here for reasons that are like for interactivity, like polls and community engagement. It's gonna be bad to have like, how do you call that? People react live because it's gonna really cannibalize not only the viewer and analytics, it's going to cannibalize the actual core experience and it'll damage the product, which doesn't happen at all with videos. Especially if you put a buffer in between when the video was released and then reacted to and then uploaded.
So if we then implemented that, what do you think the consequences would be sort of industry-wide or worldwide with media? Like if if copyright only lasted one day?
Oh, one day? Is that an example now? We're using it as a...
Whatever timeline you want to go with that's less than, let's say, a week.
I think it should be tailored to whatever the person wants. Because Mr. Beast wants it to be immediate, and the other guys want it to be 6 months, and the other guys want it to be never. So it's very difficult to find what people want as a whole, as a medium. I think it's case by case.
Also, there's an angle that if we were to actually run that in like a worldwide setting, that corporations would dominate because they would be able to find ways of basically absorbing all of the best content that's made, and then the incentives to create said best content would start to lessen and lessen because people can't control their own engagement. Instead, it would all go to content curated.
Absolutely, and we should go in those directions. I think when these become a problem, the ecosystem becomes out of balance, which I don't think anybody has shown yet at all. And I'm waiting for somebody to show me that it's bad. Like also, I haven't seen it.
I don't think it would be out of balance yet because this is very much on the lower levels. This is just some content creators that are more engaged with, and then some of the ones at the top being able to snip from ones that are lower to mid or ones that have given position at the top as well. Like this is the beginning. I think you mentioned, right, you assume that this is going to change as time goes on. I believe for the worse, you believe for the better.
Oh, 100%. You want to know why?
Sure.
Because people enjoy it. People like it. It's a product. People consume it at mass. And I think we owe it to ourselves to explore these options and shunning away as far as we can because of, oh my God, the small guy might be losing money. And I think it's a really fucking stupid argument. And we're losing on value. We're losing on actual human enjoyment. And people realize that once the money lines up with that. Otherwise, people didn't React. They wouldn't fucking watch React.
Well, I assume we all agree that there are plenty of things the world and people want that we consider to be worthwhile in terms of making illegal / disencouraging them.
Give me an example.
Any like I would say I would start with extremes. Like maybe people want to watch. Oh, maybe people want to watch 2 kids fight to death. It's like we can't have that.
Paste. Sorry.
All right.
My bad.
Every time Desi talks or has a take, I lose $100,000.
Yeah.
Actual fucking black mold takes, this guy, man. I'm canceled by small companies every time he fucking opens his mouth. Anyway, yeah, these are bad. Yeah, these are bad. But I think these are bad because of the nature of it, right? The root behind it is just like an actual fucking crime, right?
Well, careful, don't say crime because the DMCA, right? Theoretically, if what you were doing was illegal, I don't think you still think it would be wrong, right?
I mean, like I said, we already approached the illegal aspect of it, but I think for that topic, oh my God, I died. I think that some things just aren't enforced, and for a good reason, right? And I think comparing that to something that is massively enforced at 100% rate, and for the right reasons as well, is pretty disingenuous of a pathway for an argument.
So, of course, I would start to bring it down and be like, so we do agree there are times when even if the audience desperately want it as a whole, we don't allow it to happen.
Yes.
And they'd be like, so why do we allow something like what you might do with, let's say, a Lemino video versus something else? And I would be like, we do kind of allow in a good way for reactors or responders, however people want to use the term, to convert videos from whatever they were into something new. But that there's obviously going to be was I correct in, I think you already said actually you're fine with a full re-upload because you would just either buy the channel out or they're allowed to do it as long as it's like a week after or whatever.
Okay, so my take on that is kind of complicated. So it depends what the nature of the content is, right? That I think is a big fucking deal. If I'm reacting to a story, okay, about a child that becomes an adult, and it's like its pathway through it, right, or its growth through life, right, and I'm regulated, and I'm like, well, I have to be very much transformative about this content. I don't want to hurt the guy who has the copyright ownership to this. I'm gonna go full cam for 10 minutes after the intro of the movie, and then I will have a take about the story after it happened, right? And then it's like, well, the whole thing is important, right? I want to talk about the whole thing. I want to show it with chat. I want to show the entire thing because every part is important, right? Every part is important. Otherwise, like, it doesn't make sense. Like, it's gonna be like, okay, I'm reacting to this at the beginning, right? And it's like, oh well, I can't react because they're talking about something, so I cut the whole part out. It makes no sense at all. Like, it's zero.
As much as that logic could be used for a lot of things, someone could extend it really far, being like, I need this 20 minutes of context before I can talk about the thing I want to talk about for 1 minute, and then, you know, go on from that, like an hour ratioed to 5 minutes or whatever. Whereas I would be like, if you are unable to provide content beyond that limit, then it shouldn't be a video you respond to. You should just find one that's better.
It's why I don't upload the videos that I don't think that much. I try to tell my editors on the fly. Yeah, don't upload this. Don't do that one. Don't do this. Don't do that. Because sometimes it's only after the fact because it's live content. I'm not a visionary. Or a savant. I don't see in the future if it's gonna be good or not. I just watch it, and if it ends up being not very reactive, okay, don't upload it because it's whatever, right?
But you're okay with doing it on stream because it's a different platform?
Because I think people overall accept it more as an argument, right? But I really wouldn't give a fuck. To me, it doesn't really matter. Like.
Yeah, because to try and clean it up, I start and stop at transformative. Transform it or don't. As in, transform it and you're fine, or don't and don't do it at all. Rather than we sort of try it out on stream fully, and if it didn't work, oh well, we don't upload it to YouTube, but we still benefited fully from the video on the stream. I still think that's bad.
Benefited fully? I mean, at that point, I'm gonna be honest with you, some videos are so bad, my chat would rather watch me, like, actually go full cam and take a nap. Like actually, than watch the shit that I watch sometimes, right? Does that make it any, like, does that, like, I don't think it's a very good...
Well, but that would still be, that's your responsibility, not the videos.
Yeah, but did it damage the video to that point? Did it ruin them or fuck them over in a way that, like, I'm doing that because I don't want to make my own content or something like that? Or, like, I feel like it's not, I think it's an argument in bad faith.
If you're saying, like, the video wasn't interesting enough and thus chat got bored and I couldn't react much to it, therefore I lost out, it's like, well, that's still on you as an entertainer, right?
Yeah, 100%. But I'm just saying, like, don't make the opposite argument because I'm making that point. Like, there's no point doing a 180 here on it because I can't prove the opposite.
Are you saying that, like, I can't say that you still benefited?
Yeah, exactly. I still think they were gonna get something out of it, whether I like it or not, even though chat got bored or not. Does that make sense? Like.
So my argument would be that you passed over like the term babysitting comes up, right? You've passed it over to someone else and then they failed to entertain your audience and now you're saying it's their fault. It would be your fault.
Oh, never. I mean, I can make that argument and be disingenuous about it, and I do sometimes just fucking with it, but like I don't actually believe that.
Okay, so then that's what I'm saying by you will always benefit because either you get all of the entertainment value from them, or that they fail to entertain your audience and that you just move on. Like there's no negative. That's just neutral.
Yeah. Those that get something out of it. I mean, let's be honest. If they got bored, they wouldn't watch it themselves either. They would literally.
Yeah,
not
sure.
on it.
I think.
So I think there's a positive, and my negative is a positive for them, right? And I try my best not to all the time to be like, oh, guy, this is dog shit. Like, yeah, but sometimes something's really dumb. But like, you know, like, not gonna be ungrateful like that. I think it's just mean or it's useless, you know.
Considering what you just said, right, that if the video was boring, they're not going to go seek it out. Wouldn't your negative also be the content creator's original content creator's negative as well? Now they'll be thought of as a boring creator that your chat might.
No, because I think everyone's audience is different and special in their own way, and some things will line up personality-wise with something I like. And when I have fun, chat has a lot of fun. Most of the time, that's kind of the base of streaming. If you don't have fun, nobody has fun, right? And that's been proven time and time again. So I try to find things that I am actually interested in, so chat will be interested. Overall, I think it reflects a lot on the audience. If I like something, there's a good chance they might like it a lot, right? It happens very rarely, like Jubilee, where I like it, chat thinks it's fucking dog shit. And you know what, fuck them for that, because I like it. But things that I show interest, or I'm focused on, or I'll talk about, and with passion, they are usually on board with it. It's why that won't be the same thing for everybody else. Some of the things that Asmund, something that Asmund will watch, I'll watch, and it'll kill my career forever. It's that fucking bad. But if I continue to watch that type of content at the same time, it lines up with me because I don't enjoy that content either, right? So there's like a lineup there, right?
I mean, obviously we would need all the statistics on it, I guess, at that point to know for sure. But I would just assume that if it goes one way, as in the praise of the video or the engagement with the video would cause people to think better of the creator, that the reverse would happen as well.
It really depends. Like, if I watch a fighting game video lore of 3 hours about how John from Tennessee has overcome Justin at Evo, right? I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, nobody gives a fuck. But the creator that actually likes this type of game was very invested in it because he knows all the lore and his chat knows the lore. Everybody's more interested. It's like a win-win, you know. Otherwise, it's not. I don't think really. That's my take.
Okay, so on transformative as an argument, do you think, because you've said that you would take it down if you were asked by the creator, is that right?
100%.
So why?
Would I take it down?
Yeah, why would you take it down? Don't you think you're in the right for having transformed it?
Yeah, but I care.
But you what, sorry?
But I care.
You care?
Yeah, I care.
Right,
I care about their video. I care about watching it. I care about their content. I care about them to a certain extent. Yeah, you can say that as much as it benefits me, but I generally care about that video and about that person. If they want me to take it down, I take it down. I don't give a fuck. I don't need a video. I want it. Want and need are two different things. You can't.
For instance, if Destiny was asked by Ben Shapiro to take down coverage of his videos and the only argument was, I just want it down, that's my preference, would you do it, Destiny?
But the f***ing Daily Wire already DMCA'd the last thing I reacted to.
Okay, yeah, but not
generally
under
speaking,
the guise of just.
If somebody asks me to remove a video, almost every time I'm going to lean into yes on that. The only exception would be if I feel like it's a very valid, very necessary critique or something, and somebody's just trying to censor things off the internet, then I probably wouldn't. But it's super going to depend, yeah. So Ben Shapiro's a hard one because we're getting into the political world. Let's say Ben Shapiro puts out a video saying that, like, we need to take away all trans rights in the United States, and then I react to that video, and then he's like, can you take that down? Like, I don't appreciate using that much of my video. I'd probably tell him to, like, kick rocks or something, right? And then we go DMCA fight or whatever. Yeah, but if there was like a normal, like if I watch like that Lemino video, and if my editor is fucking retarded and decides to throw that up on my YouTube channel, which he shouldn't, but if he did, and then that guy emailed me, he was like, could you take that down? I'd be like, yeah, sorry, like I'll ask you if I'm going to use another video in the future of yours, yeah.
Yep. And by the way, out of all people, I swear, like if you want actual, because people like always data and whatever, out of all people, the amount of data that I have and the combos with people and creators is exorbitant. So like, you're not, and I'm not I'm not gonna get like over here on that. Like, I will back it up if you want me to.
So it's good that we've considered, like, if it was necessary content, we would keep it up. But what if you've put effort in? You consider yourself, like, let's say you've given commentary that doubled the video in size. You checked out like actual statistics to support or decry whatever they say in the video. You actually put some good work into it, but they said I still want it down.
I put it down. My job is child's play. streaming is a degen, bottom of the barrel human behavior, right? When I like a video and I do it for fun and I enjoy it, right? I think the video was good. I don't give a fuck if I think it's good or not. I take it down because I will find something to do any day of the week, any day of the day. I will continue doing that and provide that because there's a difference between a golden goose and a golden egg. You know, like that's my take.
Referring to your work as degen bottom of the barrel, like I don't I was about to like defend you on your behalf and say, well, it's not worthless.
No, oh no, it is. I absolutely no. I streams and live content are literally second monitor exclusive things, and they will always remain that for the most part. It absolutely is. Anybody who thinks that it's not is stupid because they're comparing it to produced content at 100% production, and it's an uphill battle argument to make. It's stupid to make. You don't need to try it.
But if you feel that way, then do you understand why people are as angry as they are?
No, because the people that are angry, nobody watches their shit.
Okay, I guess what I'm trying to say is that you already consider the format to be bottom of the barrel. They're saying that something like Lemino is top of the cream of the crop, and then you put out your video that's main value comes from Lemino's video, so therefore...
This was the argument that I kind of put forth initially.
No.
A lot of people are upset because it's like low effort versus high effort, and people get a little bit upset.
You guys both failed. You guys are both failing now. You guys are both failing it. You missed an important component.
Okay.
The action of streaming is bottom of the barrel dog shit, right? The product as a full-fledged product is actually ahead of the curve. The chat experience, the sense of community, the sense of camaraderie, and the social aspects of that are severely misunderstood, and they're very, very, very valuable, right? And the whole combo of the stream, the chat, and everything, the product itself is very, 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 very good. But the behavior of the human behind it is degenerate. Yes.
Okay.
So,
in the world that, let's say, Lemino puts the video out and then 100,000 streamers all do their reactions and they all upload, I assume we all agree that the audiences are not going to spread equally to all of them. Instead, it will be people like you and Asmongold, etc. You know, the established.
Yeah. I understand where you're going with this. I understand. Yes, streaming videos, anything on the internet with media is very top heavy and very much capitalistic in that. And most arguments made against that are usually like actual brain dead fucking commie Andes. I'm just gonna keep it a stack. So if you're gonna try to approach it that way, I think you're gonna get crushed. But go ahead.
I'm not. Honestly, I'm trying to figure out a lot of this with understanding your mindset on it as well. So
makes sense, yeah.
Considering all of what's been said, like, could we not see a future where it will only benefit the people who are established already? If we all agreed that you were right on this, and we all felt that we should be able to. In terms of
streamers, yeah, but not in terms of YouTube, right? Because the video will perform and will continue to perform as long as it makes good videos.
Well, I'm assuming you guys know about like what Jax Films has been doing with XX Sniper Wolf. I forget the full name or how the name is said, but that she'll be reacting and getting millions and millions of views from TikToks that are all grabbed from people who have as low as like 100 views and they never found. Would you say that is unacceptable?
No.
Not.
I couldn't care. Literally couldn't care. These guys aren't taking off. Haven't taken off. Will not take off, and have no ways of doing so. Unless they will, and that whatever she's doing isn't affecting that in any way that's negative. If anything, it's a positive, flat out.
Are you saying that the market would have defined whether or not they were worthwhile?
Yeah.
Okay. Destiny, what do you think about that?
Oh, you can laugh if you want. I'm right.
Sure.
I mean,
it's often enough. They're gonna keep posting it, and she's gonna stop reacting it, and they won't make it because their content fucking sucks. Their shit is garbage.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably right, but I mean, I wouldn't say it that way.
You think he's right? That the market...
No, he doesn't think I'm right. He knows I'm right. There's a massive difference.
This is my... If I was to argue this, which I won't because it's such an optics L, and I'll let XQC go eat all those optics Ls. What I would say is that, like, people are just mad at React content because streamers are seen traditionally as lazy compared to people that put a lot of, like, preparative work into their content. And the reality is that, like, all React content does is it makes some streamers richer and it makes a lot of audiences happy because they can view something. Really, it's just, like, a ton of upsides with probably no downside. The only downside is a perceived or illusory loss that the original content creator feels. So then the question... Well, what do you mean? Or I'm sorry, what did you ask me?
I'm asking about the fact that those TikTok creators are all getting like 0 views. Meanwhile, Sniper Wolf gets all of them by reacting to all their content. That's happening because them on their own would never get any engagement because they're not good enough. Do you think that's fair?
Yeah, I don't think they would. I don't think that somebody watching Sniper Wolf's channel, if she wasn't uploading those, I don't know if they would be on TikTok discovering those low view TikToks. I don't think
that's not the point either. Well, obviously, my conclusion would be that they may be found someday, but for now they're not, and instead they're just going to get eaten by her. She can take advantage fully of that.
But there's another situation where it's just her gaining, and then her audience gaining. But if we axe out her gains and the audience's gains, that's it. We've just deleted like.
So what is the correction then? We can have her promote them, right?
Okay. Wait. No, I have it taken. Here's the actual thing. If you want to be a creator and you want to shit to pop off, you create. Right? In a lot of ways, maybe the first video they'll make won't have that effect, right? But the boost that they're going to get when they make another video will pop off. If you want to make one video when it could have went hard, and you say, well, in another world it would have been hard, and it would have been viral, whatever. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can make me right, but like, is that what you are? A 7-second TikTok forever, and that you are one creation forever, and you're going to multiply the potential of what it could have had? I think that's fair and generous.
The implication is, of course, that they create a whole library of strong content that she just gets to pick and choose whichever one she wants to react to. Like, we're not, I assume, conceding that she's the one that makes the videos valuable by reacting to them. Because you said, like, they're never going to pop off. And it's like, so why does she pop off? I assume you guys have seen her reactions. They're terrible. Like, she just goes, oh my god.
It doesn't, no. I'll stop you there. See, you fell for it, man. I had high hope. As an argumentator or a debater, I had high hopes for you, and you just fucking fell on your face. I'm sad. You made me sad now. You
fell for the social argument?
Well, no, you fell for the rookie bait. It's super rookie, because now you don't view it as good, or you don't see its value. Therefore, nobody sees that. Therefore, it has no value, right?
No, I can answer why people are there. I already answered why people are there.
Why?
It's because of the TikTok. They're interested in the actual content.
Absolutely. No, just stop.
Go ahead.
TikTok didn't exist and she was successful. What then?
Well, yeah, but I don't know what she was stealing before. I only know what she's stealing now.
Oh, then they make an assumption that she always stole then.
I don't know.
Okay, but then you're making an assumption by default then. You are de facto making assumptions at that point.
I haven't said that she's stolen anything.
What? Yes, you do. Yes, you are. The nature of your argument is de facto you're the opposite. What? Can you help me on this? Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
No, I said I don't know how she got to where she was before she started stealing.
But TikTok. It has value. But you agree that it has value.
Sure, I don't know I have no context for what she did
then your opinion on whether it's valuable or not is irrelevant, because the stats and the fact that she's valuable to other people is enough on its own.
I have no idea what point you're trying to make.
Oh my god. I don't know what you are trying to make by saying, well, if you don't know TikTok, she wouldn't get any views. Oh my god, come on, bro. You don't believe that?
No. So I'm taking what you told me, which is that these TikTokers, they'll never be able to work on their own. Her doing it is what's giving it value.
Yes.
I'm saying she doesn't add any fucking value. The videos themselves are what people are interested in enjoying. She's just collecting them. And then you said, well, where did she get her fame from before the TikToks? And I said, I don't know.
I think you are misrepresenting the way the argument went. For the sake of looking better, I genuinely think that the opinion on that is irrelevant. Is genuinely irrelevant. Okay, so let me break it down. I think underplaying the hybrid combination of multiple factors, such as her watching it, her being who she is, and her lore behind her, right? Everything plays a massive role, if not the entire role, behind the success of the video, regardless of how good TikTok is. I've seen TikToks that have 0 views and will never get any views, right? And I'm just really dumb, and I don't even get the joke because I speak French. And chat will like the reaction because I have a funny reaction, but they don't even understand why it's valuable or why it's good. Because the combo of the both, they enjoy it. It has value. Whether you perceive it as valuable or not is fucking irrelevant.
So what was there? I'm not sure what I'm responding to.
That your perception on the why it's doing good is pretty irrelevant. If you're trying to discredit, like, oh, well, on their own, they wouldn't even do good. I mean, what makes her, well, I don't know what says that.
My perception on why they're doing good is momentum. That they've already got, I don't know, I wouldn't be able to tell you how Destiny started his momentum, because I wasn't there. Neither can I say that for you. All I know is it might have been to do with Overwatch, I don't know. In any case, The way you can maintain momentum in an easy way is, of course, continuing to do whatever it is that viewers came to you for, but to also use these videos. They're like placing tracks down for your train. They're easy. And I think that's unethical.
Oh, I get it. So this is more of an argument because molding because of career choice, and you could be making more money with less effort. So you're mauled that people are making money and you are not, based on the fact that how much effort you have to put in your work field, or in your field of work.
I don't mind if you or Destiny or anyone else makes a huge career from reacting to videos if you're transforming them. That's totally fine with me. If you steal them, that's where we have a problem.
Well, actually, I'm really shocked by X3H3 kind of moved me on this topic, because what he said about Sniper SS Wolf is actually super true.
Oh, no.
I really couldn't believe it. He made that comment. I was like, oh, shit, he's right. At the end of the day...
Wait. Can you say which comment in particular, just so everybody can...
The most recent one, where he said basically, Sniper, we all criticize her way of doing stuff, and everyone's making her the poster child at the moment. But the fact is, the audience sees a tremendous amount of value watching it with her, because they come for her reactions as well. And for them, it's important to watch it. They wouldn't want to watch a lot of these stuff without her being there. Yeah, so even though it may not seem transformative to a lot of you guys and a lot of the folks criticizing her, the truth is, for the audience, it is transformative in that they would not be consuming the content any way, shape, or form if it wasn't for her.
I don't buy that for a second. They would happily watch other people react to it. They would happily watch it on their own if they caught it.
If that was true, I would be a nobody. I would have never made it. I would be broke as if that was true. That's it. Flat out. I'm a fucking nobody, and I probably nothing of value. I'm only here because I made these choices, and these combos actually worked out. That's it.
Sure. If that were true, then why would people stay even if you're not commenting at all?
For the community, maybe for the community experience.
Yeah, that's a different argument. I'm talking. You said Sniper Wolf.
I said the package. Yeah, it could be for the comments. It could be for the lore. The sense that everybody knows. Oh my God, everybody has a reason why they watch, right? People downplay the lore of stuff. People go in the comments and they enjoy interacting with other people that saw as many videos as her. They make comparisons to her old videos and so they did in the past, or jokes that she made a long time ago, right? And they enjoy her and her content. It's on their front page. There's a multiple reasons why people watch something. There's so many of them. And a lot of them are social aspects, and they're part of the product. And diminishing the whole product because you don't agree with one part or another are stupid. My product is dog shit at times because of me. And sometimes it's dog shit because of what's on screen or what's happening in chat, right? When things work in tandem and in certain percentages or ratios to make a full-fledged good product that is desirable.
Okay, do you think that if Sniper Wolf stopped uploading completely, that the viewers disappear or they go somewhere else?
Yeah, say that one more time, please, because I had a dumbass don't know.
If Sniper Wolf stopped uploading completely, do you think the viewers from here would disappear or go somewhere else?
They would split up on YouTube. Some of it would go into the void, but if people need to realize something that's very, very harsh, is a reality. When you're on the internet, nobody cares about you. Zero. Nobody has loyalty. They're only loyal to the content quality that you put out, and you are 100% replaceable, and you will be replaced. The views that if you stop uploading will go to other videos entirely, or will go to other things, and don't make the argument of, well, it'll go to the TikTok with 8 views that the guy had, and now he's gonna get 9 next time. That argument is fucking stupid. But yes.
So I agree, but they would go in other places. They would likely fill other communities who would do and react to different things as well. And that would be fine with me if they're transforming the content. If they're not, then I'm less fine with it. Like I said, it's just a matter of how you're building your career.
How do you know that?
Yeah.
How do I know what?
You just said a statement, but like, how do you know that they would just go to a different community and start watching other content? You actually don't know that.
How do I know that they would continue to watch YouTube as opposed to...
Most of it will spread out. Maybe not to the TikTok that she was watching, but on the same platform, and it spreads out. Here's a good example. Look at Twitch's stats when I left Twitch and went to Kick. While I'm leaving, the stats are relatively the same. Relatively.
Real quick, I think that it's going to depend on the type of streamer and the type of community they have. So, like, for my content, if I was wiped off the face of the earth, if I had to guess, I'd say probably like 50 to 40% of my fans would go and watch other stuff. I think a lot of them would just stop watching content. But if you were watching somebody, let's say you were part of like OTK, maybe like SFan. Let's say SFan gets wiped off because he does collabs with so many other people. Maybe like 80% to 90% of his audience would go to other OTK members, right? I think it depends on the type of stream you're watching, the type of community they have, and how bought in you are to their content. But I don't think it's zero sum where when you destroy a streamer, all 100% of the audience disperses to other content. I think some of it will be lost. I think viewer hours will go down overall, and some people just stop engaging with content, I think.
You'd be surprised how many people just watch one creator regularly and then they don't watch anything else at all.
Like the video.
So, didn't you make a point about how you're almost interchangeable with so many other people, X?
Yeah. I'm 100% very much replaceable. Yeah.
Yeah. So I believe the majority of the viewers then would definitely disperse to other creators. I don't see why we wouldn't assume that's true.
Wait. The majority, will watch something else. In terms of Disney, people are maybe older. Maybe they only tune into YouTube as their radio, right? They're like radio enjoyers, right? And they'll watch this as a radio, and they don't really care about radio itself, but they care because Disney's on it, right? And they'll watch that. And I think as you're growing up, and as you get older, right? I think the percentage of people that are gonna watch other stuff will diminish greatly. By multitude of. I would assume. I think it's a good assumption to make. I don't think it's a bad assumption.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the industry, as I understand it, then will be the ones with the highest momentum will be able to get away with the best of taking other people's content and not transforming it.
100%. Yep. Absolutely.
That is precisely where my issue is. I think they should transform it.
Okay. Well, I don't care. No. I don't. I actually just don't care.
Wait. You don't have to care. That's totally fine. But do you agree that you've created non-transformative reactions?
100%, yeah.
Okay, that's fine. We've agreed.
Wait, wow.
Okay. So you surrendered then?
I'm confused.
So that's my moral issue. You don't agree with me because we have different morals. That's totally fine.
Oh, okay. That's fair enough. Yeah. Yeah. I think you'll never. I think as the future goes forward, you're gonna have that more and more. Right, but overall, you're gonna get higher value entirely. There's gonna be more ways to enjoy something than just one. So overall, it's like we're getting new sets of cars. We're getting motorcycles now. We're getting hoverboards, right? As you're trying to say, well. I really want them to only enjoy the Corolla. They cannot enjoy anything about that. It has to be the Corolla, right? It just has to be, right? And I think that argument is diminutive in progression for products. Yeah.
I don't see any technological updates that are going to happen within my lifetime that will make me think that stealing content is fine, like not transforming it.
Wait. Why is the fact that he is replaceable not make it transformative? I don't understand the leap from that.
So, no, all the leap I was making from him saying he's transformative is that viewers would move to other places with the same sort of vibes or community.
Look smart.
But what does that change?
I've been right, and look smart. I'm smart, and there was an argument. I'm rolling this fucker. What the fuck are you talking about?
I think you're okay, but I'm
Wait, you guys can hear that?
Yeah. Why?
Oh shit! I have pushed the mute, but it didn't work yet.
Okay.
Why is the fact that he's replaceable? Okay. The fact that it's transformative. What does that matter?
That's not got anything to do with my transformative argument. I'm talking about where the audiences go. If he says he's replaceable, I believe the audiences will move to other places. Destiny's correct in that a lot of people who view him passionately are like, there's no other Destiny online. Same for a lot of creators. If Lemino stopped making videos, it's not like all of Lemino's videos move to the next Lemino. There is no next fucking hell. There is no next Lemino.
That is correct. And then things are gonna have a second life, and people will watch other stuff, and sometimes in similarity to Lemino's content. And I think that's okay. I don't really support that.
Yeah. So that was all establishing that. So I figured that was an older argument. The new one is just about whether or not they transform. XUC doesn't mind if he is transforming it or not. I do. That's the
I mean, I care to some degree, and a lot of times if they don't like, I'm not just transformed, I'll take the video down literally.
Oh my god, I can't believe this. By trying to defend Sniper, I'm defending XQC at the same time. But I don't care whether XQC says it's transformative or not. The fact is that anytime he watches anything on his stream, his community, his live stream chat, whether he talks or not, it doesn't even matter. His little reactions of his face make it transformative, and I don't know how you can prove.
Well,
true. You know what?
Wait. No. Wait.
No, you know, true. Yeah, actually true.
No.
I triple down on that.
No, you already left the boat, bro. You can't get back on.
Hold on. So transformative means something. When we say transformative, we're talking about that 4-factor test for fair use that the United States has as part of their copyright. law, right? That's what transformative means. Now, transformative and something is so different that people will watch it for a particular reason. Those are technically two different things, right?
How do you establish that? How do you establish that? How do you establish that?
You would establish it by looking at the 4-factor test for fair use. That's how you determine if something is transformative in the eyes of the U.S.
Not if they didn't agree with that 4-factor test.
No, hold on. No, wait. Hold on. I'm just saying you got to be clear with your terms. When we talk about fair use or we talk about transformative, what we're really using are legal definitions there. If you want to use like a casual definition, well, I would say don't, because you're using the same word as the legal one, which makes it really confusing.
I don't think people care the legality.
I understand.
So when we're using transformative, we're trying to essentially say that like the work itself is changing to a degree that has value.
No, sure, I understand. But I'm just saying that you're using the same word. It would be like saying that, like, yesterday John did something illegal, and you're like, what did he do? He lied to me. It's like, well, he didn't do it. Okay, but it's illegal. It's wrong. He did something illegal. It's not illegal, right? So I'm just saying if you're going to use the legal term of transformative, it's really confusing if we're using that in a casual way. But something that I said a few days ago is correct. What you guys are saying now is that for most people, you guys are actually close, but there's even one step further. They actually don't even care about XQC's reactions. A lot of the quote-unquote, I'm using this in the casual, non-legal sense like you guys are using, transformative part really just comes from watching something with a community.
Yes. Yeah, the chat, which is additive, and the chat itself is transformative enough. The fact that there's a Discord and people can talk about, these are additive things that you don't really compute and is very hard to quantify, but are very much relevant to the final full-fledged product, which is a massive part of everything. And you know what? Sometimes I'm gonna fucking say it. My chair is more entertaining than some of their fucking content. Dead ass. The fact that the chat is watching, they're saying it. It's just saying, yo, dude, Mr. Chair's watching the video. That has value to people. That's funny. I don't give a fuck.
Sure, and that's fair. That's true, but that doesn't pass the transformative test, right?
Does it not though?
Not the legal, not the
legal kind. Yes, most likely it wouldn't. Most likely
when he started, he said he didn't care about the legal portion, and we're really just talking about the morality. I could be wrong. Maybe I missed.
Yeah.
That's fine. But it would be like saying so. Something that some apartment complexes used to do is sometimes people would take a projector. Or actually, we can do this. Sometimes bars will show sports games, right? And there's a transformative aspect to going to a bar and watching a sports game with a whole bunch of other people. That's that's more transformative probably than being in a stream chat, right? Because you've got a bunch of people around you, you're all screaming, you're having fun or whatever. However, my understanding is that those establishments still legally need to purchase a special license to show those things. You can't just buy one HBO ticket to a fight and then show that in a bar. You've got to buy a special license for that because you're showing it to a wide variety of people as part of an establishment, right? I'm not disagreeing with what you guys are saying. I'm just saying that's like the legal part is there's a distinction between the legal part of just transformative here versus just like why somebody would watch something. Yeah.
I think we all agree. I think we all agree. Even you. You're saying if you were taken to court, you would probably lose. You agree?
Yeah. But,
okay. So I think we all agree on the legal.
Which really sucks because these laws are old as fuck and they are defunct and stupid. And it should be that way. I think
that's probably what Ethan's going to try to go for at first, is how wrong you are on the law, and then you'll move to morals, and you'll probably have a better standing, but you'll still...
I mean, he'll get mauled away because he lost his entire career or his entire fucking future in terms of money to it, right? To that very issue, and he's mauled that, like, I'm going around the plot making fun of it when he lost a lot for it, you know, right?
Yeah, but the thing is with Ethan, I don't think, obviously the legal aspect mattered in terms of how the news story unfolded, but I think people were on his side because they really felt like what he was doing was transformative and that it changed it. They didn't care about the legal aspect of it when they were thinking about that. They said, no, what you did really changed the work in the way that I view it. And so not right for you to be punished. And so I think what I'm getting at is that when I'm looking at XQC or even Sniper SS Wolf, I feel like both of them do enough where for the audience the experience wouldn't be the same.
Okay, so Abba, question: if I uploaded all of your videos and my community reacted to it and I wasn't there, would you be okay with that?
Shit, I would. Oh man.
Okay, hold on. Abba has to say no. He would not be okay.
He does have to say no. I know him a little bit.
Well, no, hold on, because he literally on my stream like 3 days ago DMC fucking just Pearly things for reacting to it. So he must say no.
I see what we're doing. It's a paid actor because Pitty's got to come in and lose an argument on my behalf, even though I'm okay with it. And now I have to cover for him. Hell no! Kick him out. Kick him out.
You're in the clear. X, you're in the clear for now. It's Abba that's gonna have to suffer.
No, I don't have to suffer anything. And once she didn't get it, she capped about that. But anyways, all this to say. I would have an issue because of how I've always felt about it. Now, if you ask me if I feel it's transformative 3 days ago, I probably would have said no. But I've honestly been a little bit changed my mind tonight by the conversation I've heard. I'm really shocked. I mean, it's never happened, but X actually changed my mind on this.
Oh shit. Okay.
there you go.
See, I have a concept in my chat called Mr. Chair. If I'm gone and I watch a video and I leave, Mr. Chair watches the video for me. And chat fucking loves Mr. Chair more than they like me. Chat hates me. They love Mr. Chair. Okay? And for them, that has value. And I think that can't be understated.
All right. So, but just to clarify, you'd be okay with me doing it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Me too, yeah.
Yeah.
That's...
I think I'd probably still feel some type of way on the inside, but I think if like you.
But why?
Why?
It's some insecurities, some. I think everybody has some insecurities. However, you're gonna project those is all up to you. But I think that people shouldn't give value to some arguments because they come from insecurities that some of these guys made.
Just to clarify, because like that scenario is kind of a step just further than what we were talking about when we first started Next. You said you'd offer to buy the channels out, right? If they did that.
Oh, if they do what I do, but better, and they get better on the algorithm, I will add them to the ship.
Okay.
Right. I will redevise the workload, and we're gonna get a clip guy. And now my editor is good enough that he does all of it. He learned how to do the rat clip, the yoink clip, the post clip, the fast clipping. He knows all the strats. But if he gets bad enough at it and it's not good anymore, and we get rolled, I'll hire the next guy that does better.
No, yeah, fair enough. But obviously, what I was bringing up is Abba, I was expecting to leave me alone, not try to buy me out. Let me make my money.
Yeah, I mean, I was not gonna buy you out. I was just gonna leave it alone. But I was
leave it alone. Yeah.
I would say this. I think that most people, when we're talking about the morality of the issue, their idea of what is transformative is going to be fairly subjective. But for the audiences watching the content, they would feel like it's extremely transformative for them. And so I would ask you, how do you make the moral argument where you can feel like this is something that should be a little bit more expanded, like more people should follow it? I'm curious, like, how do you even define that line really on a moral basis? Transformative.
You're asking me like how I would consider where's the line for non-transformative to transformative?
Yes. Well, what is the line?
So I wouldn't. I'd probably model it after the 4-point thing, but like one of those I think includes like the amount of time, which I'm not in favor of. So for example, if it said like you need to have a maximum of 10% of the original content in yours, I'd be like, no, I don't think that should necessarily be true. If you respond fully to 100% of it in detail, it shouldn't be that like, well, now they own it because you've done that. Obviously, I'm personally invested in that since I do like full breakdowns of every scene in a movie, sort of thing. The main thing I think is to change like the full experience of watching the original. Like you can't, if I was to review a movie, that you can't watch my video and have the experience of watching the movie. Like it's a completely different thing, and it's on different markets for different purposes. That's like one of the primary issues. Too much of my work is in there for it to be considered not my work. That's kind of what I would say.
You know what's crazy? You said that the future in your lifetime wouldn't change as much as you think it would. Whatever the fuck you made that argument. Actually, it's crazy that corporate are the most scared about this, and they really don't want that all that bullshit, right? Yet they're exploring watch party options, which is massively in my argument. People watching movies together as like watch parties. That is a massive advancement that even corporates see value in it. So whatever you see value in it, I mean, you are wrong on all points, like all of them, because even greed is on my side.
I agree with you that there are avenues in which this is going to develop, but they'll all be licensed.
Oh, okay, so then we're back into the legal lingo of bullshit. Gotcha.
Well, you'd be clear morally if you had licenses for all of these things. I wouldn't mind.
The whole point of the license, the whole point of the license is just to ensure that the original copyright holders are respected. That's the whole point of a license. A license accomplishes two things. One, when you create something, what copyright means is that you have the exclusive right to create copies of that electronic work. Or not electronic, but that intellectual property, right? That's what copyright means. You're the sole person that can create copies of it. A license allows other people to create copies based on an agreement between the rights holder and whoever is selling the license. So that's one thing. The second part is a license allows the people who own the copyright and then license other people to make money off of it. Those are the two things that a license helps with. So when you talk about watch parties, the original rights holder exclusive right is respected because he's licensed the content to somebody else, and oftentimes there's a form of compensation for it. That's why licensing is different than just straight watching content.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. There are times where I want to become a lawyer. I'm very interested in this. And recent times, you know what? I think law can suck my dick. Law is complete garbage. It's a money sink. It's a loophole of a human waste. It's trash. What an absolute sink of humanity. That's my
I know that it seems that way, but if you ever feel that
It's
way,
needed.
if you,
I get it.
It's not. No. It's not that it's just needed. It's that generally, when you dig into almost every single law, usually they exist for really good reason.
Yes, I agree. I agree with that 100%.
Okay.
It's just their application and the way that the systems work in practice is pretty shit. I mean, we could agree with that.
Well, what's shit? What do you mean? What's shit about this particular thing?
Oh, no, not the particular thing. I'm just overall. Yeah, I'm even with that. Like, if you think about like the whole H3H3, how much I think was expensive or whatever, and what the actual human losses in that, it's really sad. Or even the fact, even in the two good examples here. Ed Sheeran was like locked into some bullshit fucking court case forever, and he won. It was a waste of human creativity and human life, actual like a waste of human value. And that's kind of sad if you think about it. I don't agree. Or Anthony Fantano being like, well, I'm gonna win the court case down the line, so pay me money. Come on, man. Nobody wants that shit.
Sure. The financial aspect of our legal system in the United States right now is probably really bad. I think most people would agree with that. But that's not, I don't know if you would say like law sucks. You would just say that the financial aspect tied to the law is really bad.
In practice, in practice, the money part of it is bad. Yes, I agree.
I have a question. So I've been listening to the conversation, and I feel that the idea that there haven't been enough evidence to suggest damages seems a little odd if we acknowledge that there's a finite amount of viewers who can only create a finite amount of watch time to be distributed across all the different content platforms. So if we agree that non-transformative content counts
wait, before we
theft.
get to the rest of that, I think that was a thing that we were fighting earlier. I don't know if that's true.
Well, that's what I was going to say is impressions, okay? So not even just that like, oh, the viewers are going to go to other channels, but it's about delivering different impressions. So for example, if someone thinks that Sniper Wolf's non-transformative content registers as theft, then we can say that since she has such a giant platform, it's the equivalent to having a town and there's a shop where goods are sold, and then basically goods are stolen from a smaller shop and then put on big shelves. It's like shelf space. So impressions are limited and they're finite, and even if someone's not going to a different like content creator or going to watch that other person's content, that still frees up shelf space inside the algorithm.
Wrong.
To then promote.
Actually wrong. So it is not even close. The analytics are literally saying you are absolutely wrong. Okay. I will say one word. One word breaks all your arguments. TikTok. Okay. TikTok literally just shits on all of our faces on that very point, and it makes you wrong on all points. Why? The analytics of YouTube and watch time and everything has stayed remain at least the same or better overall. And
No,
TikTok,
but I'm saying it's per platform. I'm saying so it would be on TikTok non-transformative. It would be on Twitch being non-transformative because, for example, as a Twitch streamer, or a streamer in general, it seems like streamers want to say, oh, well, I've got to stream 12 hours a day, 10 hours a day, and I have to use the bathroom and I have to go cook food and stuff. Well, I mean, no one's forcing you to stream. You can shut your stream off, and then that frees up impressions in the algorithm. So
that makes sense.
It's like this idea that you have to be there 10 hours a day, like that's kind of bullshit, right? Because if there's somebody like Hassan or whatever who goes off for an hour and then comes back and he's playing other people's content, he could just turn the stream off.
Wait, let me okay, chill. Okay, so here's why I don't think that's true. There's a lot of conventional wisdom that says it's true, but here's why I don't think that happens. So this is the one big example that I can think of, okay? Back in the day on Twitch, there was this erroneous idea that when new games released, you wanted to get into those categories because the idea was if a new game releases and XQC's playing it with 50,000 viewers, when he shuts his stream off, like 30,000 of those viewers are going to roll over to the next stream.
That's right.
And a lot of people had these ideas for a long time. The reality is that basically doesn't happen at all. It would seem more like the top streamer, Soda or X or Asmongold, would play a game. Top streamer will have 50,000 views. The next guy will have 2,000. Maybe the top streamer stops playing. If he doesn't host the next guy, maybe 1,000 viewers roll over. Maybe 1,000, hold on real quick. What I'm trying to say is that like viewers for stream are seen as like a zero-sum game, but I truly do believe that there are some streamers that when they go offline, people just scatter to the wind and they find other things to do. They're not directly substituting another streamer for their content.
Yeah, I think you're confusing. I'm not saying that they're going to go and watch other content creators. I'm saying that even if 10 to 20 to 30% of the audience stays on the platform, it frees up shelf space for the algorithm to push other streamers in the place where they would have pushed the bigger streamer. So it's simply a shelf space argument. There's a limited amount of impressions that can be served on each platform, whether it's TikTok, whether it's Twitch, whether it's YouTube. There's a limited amount of impressions that can be served. And so if there's people who are taking non-transformative content, i.e. theft, if we agree it, if we just agree to whatever that is, wherever the lines are drawn, then basically someone is taking that content and stealing it and then putting it up and using shelf space, which is finite and limited. Last thing I'm going to say before I hop out, because I don't want to take up too much time, but
No, you're
the other
fine.
thing,
I gotta hear. I think these are fine arguments.
Okay, great. So XQC, the other thing that you were saying, which got me thinking a lot, was that like chat is a transformative element on its own. And I kind of agree with that, where it's like, you know, you consume the content and it's like its own thing. However, if we look at like actual fair use law, for example, in 2002, there was an amateur photographer, a retired Marine, John All, basically, they bought some stamp thing or whatever, and it was originally, it was of a sculpture made by someone named like Gaylord or whatever. It's his last name. Quite unfortunate. But anyways, basically they took a picture of this sculpture and then they put that sculpture on a stamp that was 37 cents. And then the post service made 17 million, right? And so he sued them for fair use. And the reason why I bring this up is because like transformative in chat, right? So it's totally, I would say that this is even more of a difference than watching the content by yourself versus watching it with chat, because it's like, well, I would never go and see that sculpture in person. I would never be at this like Korean War Veterans Memorial, right? But I might buy the stamp. So it's a completely different context and a completely different audience altogether, a different distribution model, yet that still didn't count as fair use in court. In fact, it originally counted as fair use and then it was appealed and then it got overturned.
Well, yeah,
so
but that would be the extent. That would be an extension of the product as merchandising, which is a complete different ballgame. That's not even close in when you talk about impressions or watch time or whatever, any of the dynamics. That's like actual merchandising that is an extension of the product.
Wait. Why wouldn't that be similar, though? If we say that somebody can create merchandise off of a thing, and it's not taking away from the original, and it's clearly not. If somebody buys XQC merchandise, it's not like it's hurting your stream. And it's just the people that buy the merch are happy, the people that sell the merch make money. Why wouldn't this be like the exact same type of thing?
Wait, that you spoke pretty fast, like I do, except I actually didn't understand.
If I make merch off your stream, it doesn't hurt you at all. I benefit, and my customers benefit. So isn't that kind of a similar argument that we're using for React content? If I steal your IP, my audience benefits and I benefit. It doesn't hurt you, so it should be okay.
If I cannot produce that exact copy thing, which is pretty much impossible, then I don't really give a fuck. Like if I'm not currently doing that, or I can't do it, I usually let them get away with it.
What if you're both doing it?
Well, if it's the exact same thing, it's just one of it, then the argument applies to them. Then fuck them.
Yeah, because obviously, like, you're selling your t-shirts and stuff, but then you get 50% of total worldwide sales. They're getting the other 50 just as a provider or an outlet. Would you try and stop them?
Wait, I will stop them 100%.
Mm-hmm. But why?
Well,
you would stop somebody trying to make t-shirts of your shit?
Wait, 100%.
Wait, why?
Wait, if I'm making the exact same thing and it's confusing, it's splitting people
like
up.
If you're making shirts, okay, never mind. Okay.
Yeah, there's so many components that the merchandising is a. I really hate real life examples like stamps, beer mugs, dildos. When we're talking about React content, the length people go to get their arguments across is fucking ridiculous, man. I have to be honest, it's disingenuous by nature.
Well, I
literally.
We're literally just trying to like figure out points. What's backing it? So you said like one of the big problems would be confusion, right?
With merchandising, yes, confusion is very bad. It's why you don't want like a Jordans that says like a Jarda. Like it's like okay, like what the fuck? Like there's market confusion there.
If out of curiosity we could engage a hypothetical and just say there was no confusion, the only reason that they buying from both is just that your warehouses like can only supply so much, and so that there's a bleed over of customers and they end up going to this second supplier.
Not good argument. Not a good argument.
No, I just want to know what you would say in that scenario.
Oh, I say f them. They're wrong regardless. I think the argument of finite impressions is ridiculous as well.
Okay, so like you say they're wrong regardless, so it's not just about confusion, it's about something more.
Oh, like I said, it's a multi-component. You feel like you can break it down. But I think that the reason why they want to do that initially is that none of these on that list apply to live streaming, and React content. If maybe one applies at 1%, now you're at like 0.1% overlap, and you're just making an argument of bad faith. It's just like a waste of time.
I haven't argued anything yet. I'm just trying to ask what issue you take with it beyond confusion. You said confusion was one thing; it would confuse the markets. Okay, fair. What is there any other reasons?
quality control. It's not my vision. It's not my product. A lot of things that when I make a product, it has multiple components that a lot of copycats will not understand, and it's important for me that continuity goes across. It's for me, it's important, right? But on that point, but if it's not, that's fine. I'll just tell them like, yo, don't do that. But there are times where like I let them get away with it.
Yeah, no, sure, okay. So then the scenario would just change to there's no market confusion and they copy your system completely. The quality is like top notch.
It's a misunderstanding of the vision.
I'm sorry, misunderstanding of vision.
They misunderstand the vision of the product entirely. They don't understand it, so they're kind of like damaging it.
Okay. What would be like? I'm trying to think of what you mean by that. So like, if they did understand the vision, would it then be okay?
Yeah, but they would never get it. Like a lot of things I think some of these things are pretty complicated, so I don't know.
Well, XQC, you said that if you stopped streaming or you dropped off, you said that you'd be easily replaceable by everyone. They're just gonna fuck off and find someone else.
Yes.
Instantly. Okay, so that kind of proved my point, because if you're so instantly replaceable, my question is, how do they find who replaces you?
Well, they go around. They watch.
But what do they go? How do they get served what they're going around? That's the impressions, right? It's not like they just manually go and search for people. They can through the thing, but it's still based on how the algorithms serve the content and organize the content on the platform for people to select.
Yeah, I think your arguments are mostly against top-heavy and capitalistic like
I don't
overall
agree with
systems.
that. I think you should be able to grind and make your bag and fucking make your content. That's not what I'm against. I'm just saying, if we agree that non-transformative content is a form of theft, let's say, and then we agree that also there's a finite amount of impressions that go around, which is ultimately how content gets served, then naturally, if someone's non-transforming content, they're just basically stealing shelf space from people. And you said it yourself, the moment you stop, you get instantly replaced. How do people find who replaces you? Is they get served through the algorithm.
Yes. The shelf has 100,000 slots for products, right? I'm sorry for selling really good milk on 999 of those slots because the one guy had the spoiled milk. Sorry about that. It's really bad, and I'm killing the market entirely. Let's lose out on 900 bottles for the one spoiled milk one.
That's not what I'm saying at all. I think you make great content. I'm saying that if we agree that non-transformative content is a form of theft, which I don't know if you agree with that, but if we agree that is the case, okay, so you don't agree with that. So yeah, then it's kind of moot anyways.
I'm saying that the shelf life argument doesn't apply and has never been proven, in my opinion, or from my understanding.
But you just said that the moment you stop streaming, you're going to get instantly replaced, or someone stops, they're going to get replaced. It's not like the users like have to like manually type in to find people they want to watch.
Wait, real quick. Real quick. What she's talking about, is like if I go to twitch.tv and I look on the front, let's say that of these like 10 streams here, let's say like 4 of these streams are React streams. She's saying that like if we're saying that stealing content is bad, if we get rid of those 4 streams, wouldn't 4 other streams be on this front page we'd be able to click on instead of the React streams? That's what she's saying.
Oh, okay. I think overall, I don't even value that as an argument worth. It's not even a worthwhile argument, because at that point it's like, well, we should shut down the casinos because people are going to the casinos and they should be going to the library instead. Oh my god, I think that's really stupid.
You said it yourself though. People find like Sniper Wolf on the front page on their YouTube, right? It's not like
that's
people.
Not what I said. That is not what I said at all.
You said that was one of the points that you made. There were like 4 points that you made about Sniper Wolf, and one of them was that they show up on the front page of people's YouTube.
I said one of them. I said the main reason.
Right, but I'm just saying that shows up for hundreds of millions of people and hundreds of millions of impressions. So if she couldn't just take content like that or make that so easy, then that spot would be freed up. Those 100 million impressions would be freed up for someone else who's making content that
let me ask a question. If all of these creators, you guys are just accepting him, even though he might be wrong about how he feels about himself. But if all these streamers are so easily replaceable, why are they offering such high contracts to keep the exclusive rights? Or if they're so replaceable, why aren't they just ushering the new wave and then just putting
the momentum?
I don't think when XQC says that, he's just wrong. I don't know why he's saying
that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Streamers are not easily replaceable.
You guys are using his argument against him, which is fair because he's wrong about.
Oh my god!
I think he's wrong. He's not replaceable like he thinks, and I feel so weird because I feel like this is simply like no, you have value, but like you should recognize that if you're so easily replaceable, why don't they just replace you? Why are they paying you hundreds?
Because I'm the f***ing GOAT. That's why. What the?
Okay, you're not replaceable. Oh my god.
GOAT means not replaceable, right?
Yeah, but you break down the GOAT. You broke down the GOAT into small pieces, and other people will pick up, and you're repurposing it 100%. You think that these people are like that when I go offline and I stop, everybody just f***ing dies?
I think
No,
a lot of
they-
them
they
stop
don't-
watching. A lot of them, yes, stop watching content.
Yes.
Yeah. There's
but
probably
a lot-
you've got.
I'm
you've
actually
got-
with-
you've
I'm
got-
with
wait,
X
wait,
on
wait,
this
wait,
one.
Wait, hold on. XQC, you've got audiences that literally build their days around like whether you're live or not. Like my bet is that if you go into your stream chat on Twitch, I'm assuming that one is active when you're offline. There's probably a ton of people that are literally spamming. Is X going live? Is he live? Where's he at? Is he going live today? What did he tweet? Like what's going on? Right? Those guys aren't watching other streams. They're literally sitting in your chat waiting for you to go live. Like.
Okay. I think that's a big portion. I think ultimately, people find stuff to watch. I genuinely believe that. I'm dead.
He's they be paying for the fact that he's like a beacon right now. You can't
it's a
replace
cornerstone.
XQC. You can't just have someone go, I'm the new XQC. It doesn't work that way.
You're wrong because if he's so easily replaceable, they control who gets the
He's
impression.
not easily
Hold on, hold on, hold on.
replaceable until he's dead.
Okay, so if he's not replaceable, all this talk about impressions is irrelevant. You guys are saying if he's not here, the impressions will go to someone else. That's just not true. Because
But
if
that's
it was,
factored in with the
hold on,
transformative argument.
If it was, there's zero companies who would be offering this guy big contracts to keep him on their platforms because they can just funnel those impressions anywhere they want. They control the algorithm. You guys, the way the system works, what you're saying does not make any sense.
True.
Bro, because I still operate. I still go live. I still do my thing. If I disappeared entirely, yes, like I said, it would spread out. It would boom. But that takes a little bit of time.
No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't. I feel like I'm arguing against you for you, which is retarded, okay? But it wouldn't because if it would, they have no reason. Didn't you just get a fucking contract from Kick? If they could just replace your impressions with somebody else, it would change everything. Same thing for Twitch. There's no reason for them to pay you all this money if they can just funnel your impressions to some random person and all the things that are going to work. It doesn't make sense.
You are correct, but
I
I'm
know
just
I
saying the trickle down happens if I were to stop entirely and disappear.
That's true.
I don't think that's true.
It's
I
totally
also
true.
clarify-
You
I
admitted
also-
it was true. You just said it wasn't everyone, which is true.
No. I think that if you were to go on Twitch, if you were to take the top 10 streamers and ban those 10 streamers and they didn't stream anywhere else, if those top 10 streamers represented a concurrent viewership across Twitch of 300,000 concurrent viewers, I think of those 300,000 concurrent viewers, I think maybe 20 or 30,000 would stick around.
That is
I'm more
pretty
so
crazy.
I'm more
I
so
think that's a bit
basing my
bonkers.
argument off YouTube because I feel like YouTube is like 10 times bigger than the live streaming ecosystem as a whole. So when I'm talking about the impression serving, I'm talking about specifically YouTube. So uploading non-transformative content to YouTube. And I don't think that, it's like the idea of like, oh, just DMCA it. I mean, that just like in the argument where you were making with like property rights Destiny, you don't like, you want that property right to be enforced without you having to manually enforce it.
Well, sure, that's a fundamental. Now we're talking legal arguments, but that is true. If we think that these are property rights that are that exist, right? Obviously, with intellectual property and with exclusive right to copy, it's a little bit more intangible or less tangible than physical property. But yeah, you would assert automatically that those rights are automatically defended. The onus would be on the content violator to make an argument why they need to do it, rather than saying that the person who's being violated needs to actively defend it, right?
Yeah, and I think that YouTube, no one really leaves it. It's a huge platform, and there are people who subscribe to multiple channels, and they just go and they click on whatever looks interesting on the front page. So if someone can upload content that is non-transformative, i.e. theft, if we agree to that definition, then they're basically just taking impression space. that
Okay,
other
madam,
people who
madam,
have
madam,
driven
I assure you that I had an extensive look across multiple, and other people have done, on multiple fresh accounts. People that don't watch React content very, very rarely get served React content. The overlap is nearly zero in that regard.
Okay. I'm willing to have I don't really have a strong position on this. I just wanted to bring this argument up because I haven't heard anyone mention impressions, which are finite, and they are based on a finite viewer base, which that can fluctuate up and down depending on what's going on, and then the total watch time that viewer base is giving can fluctuate, but there still is a finite amount of those impressions being served, which is ultimately where people find and get delivered content through the algorithm.
Yeah, I get it. I do feel like the space is so wide, right? That whenever you're widening content,
Thanks,
you're like
Lake
widening
Toya VA.
how
I
many
love
people
you.
will
5 good subs.
watch content overall. I feel like these boundaries are still to this day like infinite almost. Like you're always pushing and more people have access to it. More people want it. And one of the reasons for that I'm saying that TikTok has made people watch more shit online overall. across the board, and the numbers are ridiculous. I don't think to make the arguments you're making, I wish that you've seen the actual math behind the TikTok raw numbers. It's alien. That shit is ridiculous.
What?
It's crazy. It's like crazy. It's like algorithm from hell, man. Numbers on TikTok are crazy. You smell?
I don't know what that was arguing for.
Like the analytics are crazy. They're like insane. Like how many people watch videos or
sure.
do this on TikTok? Like when you look at the raw numbers, they've eclipsed everything we've known before, and it hasn't really taken anything from anybody, right? It just kind of so they're in a shelf life.
Okay, I just looked it up. TikTok generates, this might be about 6 months old or so. TikTok generates about 318 million impressions per day. YouTube generates 626 billion organic impressions a day. It's like
wait, hold on.
it's
TikTok
so much
only
more.
has 300 million impressions per day.
What?
That's what it says. 318 million.
There's
That's what it
no
says.
that's got to be like
that is
2
a
orders of
Chaffington
magnitude off.
stack.
I can't-
This was posted on June 6, 2023. I can post a link. I don't know if it's bad data or whatever, but I mean, I'm just reading it here. TikTok generates about 318 million impressions per day. Paid advertisers can tap into about 643 or 6 whatever, and then YouTube's integration with Google Search gives creators 626
Wait, can you link
organic
what I'm just
impressions.
curious what you're looking
Yeah,
at.
I'd be glad to. Sure. I could be misinterpreting it, but
Well,
I mean,
like,
even
here,
if it's
let's
like
say how
double
many
inflated,
people
that's
in-
still 10 times higher. Here, I'll post it to you. DMs.
No, yeah, I said like an order of magnitude or 2 off. That just seems
Yeah,
way
even
off.
even if it's off, it's still that YouTube is so much bigger. So
Order of magnitude meaning like times 10. Like that
yeah,
seems like it's
exactly.
times
I'm
10
aware.
or times 100 off.
That's like
yeah.
times 1,000 at something. Yeah. So I sent you the link. You can check it out. But that's why I'm basing my argument more so around YouTube. Not I
Wow,
don't know much about the
JCATX,
live
thanks for
streaming
5 gifted
space.
subs.
You're obviously all way more into that. So I'll take your word when it comes to the live streaming patterns. But when it comes to YouTube, it's a pretty clear pattern of action and how people engage with it. And it's not like people don't just go to YouTube. I mean, maybe they have their favorite person and channel they go to and stuff, but people just go there when they're bored and click on whatever shows up and looks interesting.
I disagree. I disagree. I think viewers are separated to different categories. There's some people who are going to waste their lives on YouTube. I think there's other people who go in for specific creators. Like for me, I have a couple people I like watching, and then if they're not on or they haven't uploaded anything in a long time, I'm off. And there's a lot of people who operate that way. I think a lot of us are very online in these spaces, and so we think that everyone who consumes it the same way, but it's just not true for a lot of users.
If I had to real quick, if I had to guess, based on this article that you showed,
Mm-hmm.
my guess would be that when this says 318 million impressions per day, one of my guesses is this is talking about advertising impressions. That'd be my guess. Because when this says, because if I read what's coming
Well,
before,
no, it says doesn't it say specifically advertisers can tap into about 643,000 of those impressions per day?
per day,
So
yes.
it specifically says.
But like,
which
let's
ones
just
are
like,
paid
if I scroll up,
advertising.
it says TikTok has more than 1 billion users. Do you think a platform with 1 billion
That's
users, and then if you
crazy.
scroll up before, it says TikTok users spend an
Yeah, it
average of
doesn't make sense,
45.8 minutes per day on the platform. 45 minutes? That's got to be, what, 1,000 TikToks? There's no way that 1 billion users
True.
whose average time is 45 minutes are generating only 318. Like, that number's got to be in the billions or tens of billions. That'd just be my guess, but yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, that number definitely seems a little off, but that's just what I'm seeing here. So I'm welcome to more data.
Okie dokie. Hey, Abba.
It's on my fucking thing, man. I got ants in this room, bro. Sorry about that.
My bad. I have.
I was going to ask. You seem like you said you changed your mind on like the whole concept of transformative. What would you like if I said if I uploaded to my channel, my community reacted. What if my community didn't react and it was just the comment section? Would you count that as transformative enough?
I think if I went to the furthest end of the idea, I probably could be.
What the fuck?
And maybe I haven't thought about this through because I obviously my change of mind is just right now, so I don't want to die on this hill right now.
Yeah, it's all good.
But I would say I think that it's really blurred the line for me for what is considered transformative and is not. And I think just listening to the fact that because I know this, I remember talking to somebody who says they watch a lot of Twitch streamers, and for them, just eating their food and watching with someone else who's reacting to the content, makes them excited to, and they would never otherwise watch it. So for me, understanding that concept, even if the other person wasn't talking, maybe they just laughed a few times, it made me realize that for them, this content is completely different than what the original is.
Yeah.
And so knowing that's that different for them, I'm like, how do I determine what is or isn't transformative when for the viewers who are watching, it is completely changing the way they interact with the content.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Here's a good example for that. You're opening the news in the morning, right? This is all content, right? And the local news, right? The local news, and they give you a story about some fishermen who caught a fish. The most boring story of all fucking time. And you have it on TV, instead of switching channels, you're cooking in the morning, and you're watching it, and you know what? You leave it on. You don't change the fucking TV, right? You don't change the fucking thing, right? And why are you doing that? One, it's local, it's relevant, and then after that, you might go to bingo tonight, and Teresa will say, "Did you see the fish he caught?" And yeah, you did. And there's a lot of social aspects of it, and there are a lot of components that go into why you watched it and how you're gonna engage past it, right? When if it was in another country, another place, you wouldn't have watched it. The community aspect plays a big role in it, right? So people want to talk about the people that are in that community. Otherwise, they wouldn't do it anyway, right? Do you agree with that?
I think there's loads of aspects that can benefit from it for sure. I wouldn't deny that, and I even agree with the chat aspect is something. But it feels like we've moved, especially because I'm more so curious about Abba's perspective right now. The presence of any form of transformative nature is like a binary now. It's either not or is, and as long as there's something there, then it is. Is that?
Yeah. And I think for me, the issue I have is I can't really tell where that line is because it seems like it changes very drastically even off minor changes. And so if I take that into consideration, I have to say like even the slightest bit of change might be enough.
No, Abba, come on.
Yeah, because I was going to say, like, for me, I understand.
With your family isn't transformative.
Is that another PvPer that enters the arena, bro? How many, bro? This is a fucking brawl in this bitch. What?
Because if you truly believed all of that, like, would we be able to, like, you think ethically speaking, I should be able to do all kinds of uploading as long as, like, what if I took XQC's chat from a different video and put it onto a random upload of yours? I guess you wouldn't even know, right?
Right, then I wouldn't know. And like I said, I'm not saying that what I'm saying doesn't get us in like a lot of a legal quagmire or even a moral one.
There's a moral one, yeah.
But
it's unworkable, Abba. You can't have that. I mean, then what wouldn't be transformative under that view? I mean, I could go get a hot dog, and my viewing experience would be different than without the hot dog. What wouldn't be transformative?
But listen, I think it's one of those things where if you were to sit me down and say this is not transformative, I could see how. But I think there's a lot of content that you guys would consider transformative that a lot of people would look at and like, I don't think it is. So I'm just saying the line isn't clear, and even though you guys may not see it, just the fact that XQC is on the screen for them is often enough. I can't.
Or Mr. Chair, for that matter, or something. And also, I swear to God, I am not kidding about this. Most of my chatters, which is they only chat here because they like chatting here, right? And if you wouldn't put a video now right in front of them, and they would have and you would have swapped all the components, and you don't even tell them out blind, and you would add or remove them in chat, right? They would notice 100%, and they would know something is up. 100%, right? So the small intricacies of us being the way we are right now, right, is noticeable 100%, and that has value to them.
So can you watch Oppenheimer with your chat there as a transformative piece of content?
You would say yes,
No.
surely.
Why
not?
No, you can't.
Why not? Why not?
Well, because they don't want me to.
No, I know, but could you do it? And do you think that you should be allowed to?
Well, see, whenever we approach these arguments, right? People always go to the movie as a got him, dude. In my opinion, I absolutely think I should be able to. 100%.
Okay.
But
Yeah, I think that's consistent.
So there is no copyright then at that point, right? There's no copyright.
But I would love to work with them into knowing when I could do it and for how long, on what dates, and I would love to work on campaigns because I would love to do that. And then I could have an agenda of when we're doing certain reacts, and my chat would fucking love that shit. They would love it.
Yeah, they would love it for you to work with Christopher Nolan, but what if Nolan doesn't want to work with you? And what if he's like, no, I don't
Pisco,
want
to catch you up.
Then they will be poor. They will be broke-ass bitches because they're failing to understand a new opening in the market, and they're failed visionaries. I'm the visionary of film. You are the visionary of fucking nothing. If you don't understand that there's value in what. If they don't understand that there's value in watch parties, do you get it?
Yeah, but no, there's value there, but there's also value in streaming the UFC on your stream and hosting it there.
Oh, I would love that. I would love
Honestly,
that.
I have no problem with people streaming the UFC from a complete moral standpoint. But if you're talking about legal, the only reason people don't do it is because they feel like it's legally wrong. That's it.
This is a cop-out. When you guys are talking about the law and moral and dividing it this way, you guys think that there should be a moral right to some kind of property entitlement to your kind of creative content. You all do. And Abba,
Pisco, honestly, XUC has already conceded, like in the beginning, basically that what do you say? A maximum, maybe a day, a week. Like you want all of it to be free of that, so we can all react to everything, right?
Well,
no, but you shouldn't be able to like sell his shirts if he's making shirts. So he believes in some amount of creative.
We kind of touched on that.
Right? Yeah, I mean,
that's a little bit touchier. That's a little bit touchier. Like
why?
Well, because at one point I don't want to sell a T-shirt, right? And it has poison in it, and somebody and it's like, oh well, I was just trying to buy extra merch, and somebody's getting hurt by it. Like that, there's a lot of ways that they could be dangerous.
That could be true of anything that's being hosted there. Maybe you could say the platform that's hosting it is dangerous. It's leading
or actually, let me give a real life example. This probably happened to UX. There are some people that I wish would have never watched any of my content because they've poisoned the well so hard against me to other audiences because they've shown selectively like 1 or 2 clips of mine, right?
Real, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, or erroneously editing it to make you look worse than you actually are, sort of thing.
You all think that there should be some rights to creative expression and that there should be some exclusive rights. And maybe that right is so thin that just watching a film with my family is transformative. But if that's true, then the copyright means nothing at that point. If it's just having a chat, then that means that Steven can play any music he wants at all times throughout the day because his chat will do funny memes and Pepe's.
Yeah, but why do you think Amazon sees value in watch parties enough that they have a big catalog that opens up with people that with Prime can do watch parties on Twitch? It's a massive advancement for live space.
Perfect example, yeah.
And I think we're going in these directions in a very quick fashion, and the possibilities are endless. Endless possibilities, and any argument against
Amazon, it's an endless possibility for Amazon. And the fact that you say that they see value is acknowledging that they're going to monetize it, and they're going to make money, and they're going to make their bag. And they don't want you to make that back.
Whether their intentions are pure or not, the value for the consumer is there regardless. And if other people follow in their steps and do that with other pieces of content, other people see value and they'll find other ways to make money, and it'll develop as a sphere, like as a.
But who has a right to exploit that value? Who gets to decide, right? So you guys are all saying, well, it's beneficial in this way and it's worse in this way. But the fundamental question is, who decides? Who decides what is done with this? Like, do you get to decide for someone else that you know better how to monetize their stuff, and you know better than them how to properly market the stuff and make sure that they're maximizing?
I don't think I do. I know I do, 100%.
What the fuck?
Because companies pay me $100,000 for 1 hour playing their game. They understand that the marketing value that I have for their game is pretty massive. Therefore, if I like that product and I want to engage with it, and I can make a good argument for it, then I can market the product in no way that they can because of my interest in it and people's interest in my interests. Purely.
Wait, hold on, Pisco. Let me ask you this, right? It's not even about the content being transformative at this point. X genuinely believes that he's providing value to the people that he's reacting. Yes, it's a new fucking competitor in the arena. Okay, so he's actually saying they should be grateful that I'm reacting to their content and it's giving them exposure. Therefore, I'm helping them. That's what he's basically fucking saying. Do you even agree with that shit?
Well, whether I agree with it, I think it's probably true in some cases, and it's probably not true in other cases. So I think that the market for like Netflix would go away if Steven could just host whatever movie he wants all the time on, or at least the market would be diminished. I think because people would just watch whatever movies they want with
even
Destiny.
Not even close to it. Not even close. Okay, tonight you might watch a movie, right? You might watch a movie. Which one? Why? With who? At what time? All these components are key. And what you're gonna watch?
It's free.
No, wait. There are a lot of components. There are a lot of reasons why you're gonna watch something, right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so we agree with that. Okay, now, you think that Destiny watching fly over the cuckoo's nest at 3 a.m. in the morning is going to destroy the ecosystem and cannibalize the viewer base of Netflix?
Actually, it wouldn't be just Destiny, right?
Maybe not that case, but now imagine that everyone, right? Because you're not going to say that Destiny has better or more or less rights than someone else, right? Everyone else is similar situated to Destiny in the sense
hundreds of thousands of streamers.
Right, they should have the same rights. At least you agree with that, right, X?
Wait. Sorry, what was that?
Everyone should have the same right to stream Oppenheimer that Destiny or you have, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely not. Absolutely not.
No, wait.
No.
Wait, so hold on, you guys.
No, hear him out. Wait, why not? Why not?
Because when it comes down to that form of content, the people. Okay, so here's that content. This is a watch party. It's a little bit different than just React, right? It's a little bit different. In my opinion, watch parties have to be a little more pure. It's why a lot of times they ask you to have camera upper left at small pixels. It's the actual finished product of the React. They expect it to be not too transformative. Actually, they don't want to do it too much because it's just their vision for it. And I actually agree with that. I generally agree with that. And it's why some people that if they want to be full cam almost, or three-quarters of the cam with their dick out, well, that's bad for the creative vision that was behind the movie initially, and I should be able to respect that. And because when you do case-by-case basis...
No, you're wrong. Everyone should be able to, because so long as people find it transformative, then that's it.
Okay, so that's
because this guy...
Well, but XQC's saying the community needs to be there. If you don't have one,
so
it's not
20 viewer
transformative.
Andes can all have their movie streams. And so now you have every single movie has their own 20 viewer Andes stream.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If XQC can do it, every 20 viewer Andes can do it. That has to be the consistent argument, or else it's just retarded.
And to be honest with you, if you make the limit 20 viewers as well, you can just bot 20.
Yeah, sure. I don't know why you couldn't. And
you're right. So what you're saying is that there's an overlap in market with a certain movie or certain movies, and basically what you're saying is that some guy that really wants to watch Narnia will watch Destiny, right? When he's scratching his balls when the video has 8 minutes of runtime left, right? Because they probably missed the start time. They don't care about it. And then they'll click in. Like, I can watch Narnia. He clicks in. He's scratching his balls for 8 minutes. No, that doesn't cannibalize the market. It doesn't.
If on Monday Destiny watches Narnia, Tuesday Star Wars, Thursday Indiana Jones, when I go to watch Star Wars on Wednesday, I just look at Destiny's VOD and load up the chat, right?
Then I create an ecosystem where his movie choice is good, and I would like that. And Destiny has value at that point, past the value of the movie itself. Holy shit!
He can just host the movies, all of the VODs of every single movie he's ever watched with the chat right next to it.
Absolutely. And if people love it, that's great. I'm gonna say something even more weird. I think.
Well, you agree with this? You think that this?
You agree with this dystopian universe?
Hey, listen.
They laugh. You guys laugh, and I'll be right one day, and you're gonna look like a bunch of fucking clowns, bro.
I think if the market,
and you will be bald and broke.
True. I think if the market is demanding for it, I think we're essentially barring people from a product that they would actually really like. So I think it's bad for that reason. And I think if
the product they want is free movies,
we bar people from products they like all the time.
Hold up. And I think there's probably a world in there where I think some form of revenue sharing would be necessary. I think that's something that you could reasonably talk to me where it's like, if we're going to create this experience, which is better than the original piece of art, then I think there should be a revenue split for the original creator in a way that's equitable. Okay.
Yeah.
That would be something I would think would be reasonable.
A better point,
everyone who watches, for a large segment of the audience who are watching these reactors or whatever it is, for them, the content that they're watching from the React channels is superior to the original. And so I think there's a service being rendered that I think we would be robbing people of. One.
Yeah.
I think there's
no incentive to make it anymore.
What was that?
There's no incentive to create this stuff anymore.
You're wrong if we don't. That's why I said if there was an equitable revenue share system.
Okay, so is X going to start giving revenue to the videos he covers?
They can't even get healthcare. They can't even get profit sharing, and you want to take out their last amount of income from Hollywood. There's a big strike right now from the writers.
Kick Hassan out! What the fuck, man?
I disagree because even though there's a huge market for this React stuff, a lot of people still like watching it the original way in the format that it was meant to be.
Well, I thought X's point was that we're going to be moving toward everybody liking the social aspects and infect and destroy the original markets.
X argued against himself this whole night and been wrong about his own value.
Well, but do you think he's right? Do you think he's wrong?
But just because he said it doesn't mean he's right about the future. I disagree with him on that point.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, I disagree that reactions. I disagree that reactions are 100% going to be the future. I think there's always going to be a market for people who just want to go to the movie theater and watch it with nobody fucking bothering them.
Okay. Really? Why did you get the right to the reaction stream? Who gave you the right? If there's a monetary avenue or pathway for someone to exploit the React market, why is that in Alba's hands for Star Wars Episode 7 and not in Disney's hands? Why do you get it?
Yep. Oh shit! You know what? Yeah, guys. Please hold on to that argument. I swear. Otherwise, I'm gonna lose my idea. Okay. I'm literally. I'm cutting you off. My bad. Okay, listen. Otherwise, I'm ADHD out of my idea, and I'm gonna lose it. Listen. wait for this again. This is actually a decent argument. Okay, the components that are being misunderstood and deliberately mistalked about, a lot of this really small stuff adds up like crazy. And here's a good example. Okay, during World Cup for the fucking even though I don't even watch that much of soccer, right? There was World Cup happening with first soccer, right? Football, whatever you call it, right? And then I put 650K on a team. It was France or whatever the fuck, right? That they were gonna win, and I had talked about it, put that in, right? And everybody knew about it, the whole thing, and it wasn't even a big thing. I didn't think it. And during that day, I wasn't even reacting to the game. I didn't even have any of it on, right? I noticed after the stream, so you pointed out, oh, look at the stats. I look at my stats. I had like 30K more average views than I normally get. And I didn't pay attention to any of it, right? People found value in that little storyline of that little bet. They're to the point where literally there was an increase of like 30%, 35% of viewers overall. That's insane. That is a crazy amount of value that you're losing just because of, oh, this has no value, lol W. I think that's wrong. I think you should be exposed to the maximum.
That's not, no, hold on. That's value to you. That's not value to the World Cup or to the fucking organizers.
Wrong.
I disagree.
Wrong.
How is that wrong?
Oh
You
my
know,
God.
that's wrong.
My viewers have one hand on the keyboard, one hand on their dicks, and they don't watch soccer. Yet they all cared that day. Why? Because I cared. That's
yeah, but
that's
fucking stupid because that still just fucking benefited you. Did they go on and watch the other matches when you weren't reacting to it?
Wait,
hold on. I can say
now they're interested.
I can say this with 100% certainty. If a bunch of Twitch creators started streaming the World Cup and talking about it, I guarantee you that the World Cup viewership in the long run would grow tremendously. Massively. The reason being is that these people and their influence is a net benefit to soccer as a whole. Now, again, I still talk about revenue sharing. What?
Are you communist? I mean, the reason these things are put
you
on
gotta
is...
wipe the cum off of your mouth, Abba, because that was the most retarded point you've made. Absolutely fucking.
Is that another guy?
Hold on.
Yes, it's another guy. Okay, get away.
Hold on. This is how dumb you are, Q. They pay for
go ahead, explain.
They pay for celebrity endorsements every fucking year for people who know nothing about football because it benefits their sport. Having people who can get viewers onto a topic is always profitable. It's almost like you guys took marketing 101, threw it out the fucking window, and joined this conversation. It is always valuable to have people who have loud voices and reach to be interested in your fucking topic.
It's always valuable.
Hold on. You know that the entire argument that X is pushing forth is when I am involved and I transform it enough, that's when people get interested. Nobody would have fucking watched Let Me Know's video from my fucking community if I didn't fucking react to it. That's what he's fucking saying.
How about I tell you this? He doesn't have to transform it. He could literally just show up on screen and be like, "We're watching soccer, and it's a net benefit to football as a whole."
So we should
next time maybe
it doesn't even matter. Him being interested in it benefits the sport.
Well, say it then. That anyone can stream the World Cup. And they should be able to and allowed to.
Yeah. Abba, out of curiosity, why do you think we ended up this way?
Not anyone's Abba. No.
Listen to what I'm saying. I have said from the beginning, from a legal standpoint, I disagree with it. From a moral standpoint, I think it is a net positive.
Okay, but if they benefit, why would they have made laws to prevent it?
Because they're thinking about the short-term financial gain. That's what I believe.
Like they're foolish. They don't realize they could win.
Hold on.
Wait, no. Let me tell you. If there was no value in that, then we wouldn't have music streaming, these days, music downloads, any of that. We'd still have CDs and cassettes. We don't have that shit.
And also
that's distribution. That's not the same thing.
And a lot of sports have already begun doing watch parties or watch alongs for their sports because they see the benefit of having these audiences interested. That's why they're partnering up with creators and stuff like that to create those kind of watch events. So yes, it could be archaic. Maybe they haven't advanced in terms of the world of marketing. It could be the fact that they've not caught on to this technology, which a lot of industries haven't. But the truth is, all these watch parties these viewers bring. How about take fucking what's his name, Speed? Him showing an interest in football has gotten a bunch of Americans who never gave a shit about football obsessed with Ronaldo and obsessed with the sport of football as a result. It is absolutely changing the way people consume this content.
Who should get the right?
Hold on. Yeah. Let me use your logic. One second. Let me use your logic out. But if fucking X reacted to Oppenheimer, why the fuck would then the audience, like let's say 60, 70,000 people that watch this fucking watch along part, whatever the fuck, why would they go to the cinema and pay for some shit that they got for free?
Which
Why
is
the hell
why,
did they
hold
do
on.
that?
Which is why I said earlier there should be an equitable way to have some revenue share. I agree that they would
Even
lose
on
in
the stream.
Oh,
not on
and,
the
and,
replay.
and
I,
also,
I think that's the future. I think
also,
the future is
also
you-
embargoes. Timed embargoes are fine.
Well,
That's
wait,
okay,
but-
dude.
But does that go for YouTube content as well that he reacts to? Like the videos does that go for that as well, or is it only for
Yes.
fucking
Yeah.
movies?
Yes, I tweeted that, and I told YouTube to do that, actually. That's how much I believe in it. 100%, yeah. What about it?
I agree. I think there should be a revenue system for the original content. And I'm not even mad at that. Even for me, I would think that was something equitable, even for my channel.
Yeah, the revenue stream is
hang
called
on, though.
copyright. The revenue stream is called copyright, and that gives you the
No,
exclusive
it's
right
not.
to make
No, it's
copies.
not. No, it's
Yes,
not.
it is. Of course it is.
It's not. But
Yo,
we just
Captain,
disagree.
yo, Law Andy, bro, where's your degree, man? What is wrong with this guy, bro?
Well, wait, he is a lawyer.
He is.
He
a
is.
fucking lawyer, by the way.
Also, I'm confused. Like you saying that in the perfect world you would be having a revenue split, but you're not making that happen right now. You're just taking the videos anyway.
What, do you want me to
No, he's
start hitting up?
waiting for
No,
it.
hold on. Do you want me to start asking all these people and be like, yo, what? How,
If
what
you
do think about?
react to, well, no, I'm asking, do you actually believe in it or not? If
I
you
He's
want-
asking stop being a virtue signaling bitch and actually do it before it's forced upon you. That's
Oh my
what he's
God, yeah.
fucking saying.
That's
Go
what
and
I'm
actually
saying.
pay these fucking
Listen.
people off your own fucking pocket.
Hold on. I will 100% say this topic is not that important to me that I would go through the efforts to set up.
Oh my
Shut
God,
the
you're
fuck
a
up!
bitch.
Shut the
You're a
fuck up and let me
bitch.
finish
You're a
my
bitch.
answer, Q.
Let Eva
Shut up.
finish. Let Eva finish.
That I would put in the effort to figure out a payment system that would work this well. Now, if YouTube implemented, I would process it and I would go through it. You're asking me to create the system. Like, oh, why don't you just set it all up? It would be very
Basically, you're
difficult.
just no. Basically, you're just virtue signaling, acting like you give a fuck by saying, you know what? I'd 100% be down to fucking give a fucking rest split with these fucking guys that I'm reacting to because I'm making money off of their content. But I'm not gonna go out of my fucking way to do anything because you know what?
real
I
quick.
don't really care
Hold
that
on,
much.
real quick. I think we all agree with Abba. I think that like the perfect comparison of this is way back in the day. A lot of people used to pirate games, but oftentimes it's just because that was the easiest way to get the game. Sometimes you didn't have the money, but like we would pirate music games just because that was the easiest way to get it. But if you provide like an easy way to pay for it, people would do it. Like, and that was what Steam did. And when Steam came out, people buy so many games that they have no problem like buying games they'll never even play. So I think that
No, Lil Steve, it's not that hard. It's not that hard.
Yeah,
What
you
I'm
said there's
asking
no
is literally
easy way to
DM them.
compensate the
No,
creators?
DM them. It's very easy. You DM
No,
them
it's not.
and you
It's
fucking
not.
figure
It's
an
not. It's
agreement
not.
with them.
This is
Wait,
how
wait,
I know,
stop,
and this
stop.
is why you have no following because you don't understand the system in
Okay,
place.
there
No,
we go.
no, I'm gonna finish.
Okay,
I'm gonna
dude.
finish.
Start
No,
with it.
I'm
Now
gonna finish.
call him
Oh,
broke.
excuses in here.
Now tell him he's poor. Tell him.
okay,
Now
muting.
tell me
Stop.
more.
Listen,
Hold on.
all right.
Okay, you guys need
Let-
to.
so I'm gonna finish.
Wait. I know. Just everybody here. The energy is very high. There's a lot of people in here. Everybody needs to calm
Just
down.
chill out.
The process of trying to get paid or being able to pay everyone would be very difficult. One, if you've ever had to work with content creators in regards to ad placements, things like that, they're notoriously bad for responding. They're bad about getting all these things set up. Everything is a time-taking process. In terms of administrative burden for me, it would be immense to be able to set up the system in place. Everything shows that when you make a lot of things convenient, vast majority of people will go that route, even if it's ethical. But if the ethical thing is very difficult to do, a lot of people will skirt around it. They will go around it. That's true for a lot of different things, like the pirating example you gave, or other things like that. So you're just factually wrong about how easy it is. There's no other system in place.
No,
If I genuinely, go ahead. Oh,
No,
thanks.
go ahead.
Like, if you genuinely believe that people should be paid, like I probably would as well. If I was to watch your video and barely react to it, and then in my own head be like, oh shit, I should probably compensate him for this. I don't need like a system set in place to make me do it or to know exactly what I believe. It's actually better now than then because I can decide what I believe is worth, what I believe I've taken from you without you getting compensated. I can compensate you directly. I can donate to you.
So even then, it's not about what I decide. What if you, the person I'm reacting to, disagree with the amount? Then we have a negotiation process, which is more administrative burden. That way, if there was already a system in place, the revenue share would be based off an equation that we all agree to.
Here's
I'm talking about streamlining it to make it easy as possible. You're not actually considering all the parameters.
Here's the thing that every single streamer here would agree with. If there was a way that you could click a button on a video where it's like $20 to have on your YouTube channel, I think every streamer who would be, or in YouTube would be totally fine with paying for that. Right?
Yeah, I think XQC is talking about like the future of different like video watch parties and stuff. I think it would be a huge task, but if there was a way to integrate like all the different platforms in a way that you could like give permission so that you get like a percentage of the view count added to your actual views.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we would do it.
That'd be
Every year we'd do it,
amazing.
yeah.
And you know what? I will quadruple down to the point where it's gonna make you mauled. I think some of you guys in here are actual like socialists, like the values, communist Andes. I'm gonna call your ass out. I believe that there's value for these companies, And some people are literally going to get paid to watch it, let alone pay them to watch it. They will get paid to watch it because these systems are top heavy as fuck. It is so, and it's unfair. It's just the way it is. And I think fighting that is stupid as fuck. I think it's ass backwards.
I think Destiny's the communist. He's the one who says he shouldn't have any copyrights, and that it should all be spread, and he should be able to make Star Wars 10.
Our content.
I don't know why you guys don't think that creators should have any control over their expressions. The whole reason why there are burdens to
hold on, wait, control over their expressions. You gotta hardcore define that because
the
everybody's
exclusive right to
there
make copies, derivative works.
Yeah, the argument that everyone here is using, the reason why we don't really believe in exclusive rights here is because that seems to be a detriment to every single actor in the space except for the person creating the content. That's been the prevailing argument.
Because you want to encourage the creation of these works in the first place. I don't know why there would be a reason to treat...
The reason why copyright... Hold on. The reason...
Oh, you didn't know what I was going to ask, right?
Well, but what you just said doesn't make sense. The reason why you have an exclusive right to create copies is because you're protecting a potential future revenue stream. 99% of the time. That's why we talk about exclusive copyrights. But the argument
Not always.
has been...
Whoa. Not always. We were just talking before. XQC mentioned that one of the reasons why he wants exclusive rights to copies is he doesn't want to be associated with any bad people who are making poisonous shirts or who are making bad shirts. And so the copyright...
Wait, that might be true, but copyright already doesn't protect you from that.
Too.
Copyright already doesn't protect you from that necessarily.
Tell me more about that.
There are ways, theoretically, that people could incorporate things into their content that you don't want to be associated with. I might not want to be associated with Ben Shapiro in any way, size, shape, or form. That doesn't mean that he can't cover my commentary with some fair use application of law.
Okay, now you're mistaken because now what you're talking about is whether or not your copyright extends to cover fair uses of your work, which of course it doesn't.
Sure, but I'm just saying that if your entire point of copyright was to protect you from being associated with things you don't want to associate with, that doesn't make sense because fair use defeats that point. So that argument makes no sense. The whole
no.
Yeah,
it doesn't defeat that argument. So if you are someone who's going to be infringed upon, there are a lot of situations in which you might not want that monetary stream. You might not agree with having you might not agree with Netflix. You might not agree with movies on demand. You might not. You ever read Calvin and Hobbes? Anybody? It's a kid in the tiger thing. He didn't want any of his stuff made into movies because he just didn't want it, and his copyright protected derivative works, and so no movies about Calvin and Hobbes exist. You might disagree with it, but the copyright extends to protect those interests.
Sure, it could, but I think the argument that we're making here before...
Don't just say it could because
most of your arguments are completely defeated by... If you endlessly
qualify...
no,
you just lost that argument. You said it was all about monetary streams and you were...
The main purpose that we're talking about in here is generally monetary streams. That's what everybody in here has been talking about the entire time.
You might be talking about that, but...
That's what we're all talking about. You might want to talk about something, but that's what all of us are talking about. Is future...
Other people care about copyright for other
Sure, well, all of us in here are talking about the ability to lose money on your content. And so far, that's something that hasn't been demonstrated.
Now we're talking about more than that.
That's fine, but that hasn't been demonstrated. So as long as that hasn't been demonstrated, that's one of the reasons why most people in here didn't care as much about it.
Remember, you mentioned people like tearing up your work and repurposing it for their own purposes. You'd want to be able to protect against that as well, right?
Theoretically, but they can do that in a fair use way that you might still have a problem with.
I wouldn't if it was fair use, if it actually qualifies, because that sounds like criticism.
That's fine, but there are some people, for instance, that I would, if I had my choice, I might never want them criticizing my work. I might never want Nick Fuentes or the Stormfront using any part of my content to spread their message. But they might have a fair use application that would allow them to do so.
So at that point, yeah, I would. I mean, I think they should be allowed to do that, even if you don't want them to.
I'm just saying that if your original intention of the fair use here, or the original intention of copyright is, I don't want to be associated with certain people, it doesn't necessarily protect you from that. What it should protect you, the primary purpose of copyright is what it should protect you for is the exclusive right to make copies of your content in a non-transformative way to
and derivative works.
And derivative works. Isn't a derivative work non-transformative?
Wait, no, a derivative work is very transformative, isn't it? Don't you agree?
I thought the whole point of a derivative work was that it didn't meet the standards for transformative.
Well, a derivative work is one of the many exclusive rights that copyright gives you. And so
if you want to make...
Yeah, like a sequel, like a different version of the same thing. Let's say remember those Game Boy versions of movies, right? That's a derivative work of the original movie. I don't know, the original Pokemon movie. Maybe you have a Game Boy version of that you have the right to make it, or maybe you don't want someone to be.
Okay, sure. Then what I just said can apply to derivative works as well, and I don't think it changes what I said.
Yeah, but why do you think that copyright should have so little consideration that anyone can make, just by, do you agree with Abba that just by having a chat, you should be able to
Yeah, I was actually going to ask if you consider that transformative destiny. Do you personally think that's transformative?
I would never use transformative in a casual sense. I would use transformative in terms of the law. And transformative, just having a chat there probably doesn't meet that standard.
You don't have your own view on what transformative should qualify as rather than what the law is?
Oh, here it comes, guys. We're gonna have an era of people that are just changing the color schemes, using chroma keys or opacity, and backwards fucking reversal, like halftime, 0.8 time fucking bullshit. It's gonna be a disaster. You don't want none of that. I swear you don't want that. Or the guy who watches the UFC through his glasses, or like fake playing the game. Oh man, bro. We've been through these fucking hoops before.
Can I ask a question real quick? As a small content creator.
Wait, hold on. Wait, there's so many people in here. Why? Wait.
It's Philly. It's Philly. Let him go. Wait,
it's gonna be Destiny.
Okay, go. Quick question. Go.
Yeah. So, as a small content creator, if according to Ava and XQC, like if my content is like I make a lot of like videos about gang violence and stuff. So say like a very racist, like the neo-Nazis got a hold of my video, and they made a video reacting to it, but was just saying like a bunch of racist shit and just completely distorting my work. I should have no recourse in that. Like, is that what
correct.
you guys are?
No, that's how the law works right now, and that probably should be the case. If somebody's making fair commentary or criticism on your work, then that is a protected right in the United States. Yeah.
But what if it isn't fair commentary and criticism?
Then it would fall
like
under copyright protections. You could DMCA it or sue them. But I think the law accounts for both sides of these. Yeah.
But only talking about your perfect will, not the current law.
Yeah, what you guys are arguing for is that I shouldn't have any recourse in that.
Oh, is that what you guys said?
Well, yeah, X, because your argument theoretically earlier was that like if people want to take and use your content, then they should just be allowed to.
Yeah, exactly. It's just whenever you put it in a harsh way, you kind of baiting me and make an argument that will make me look like a racist or some shit, and which is really odd. To be honest, because I generally like. I still hold my argument. I just want to say, whoa, guys, well, yeah, you should be allowed to be racist. Well, that's not what I meant at all.
Right, but what you're arguing for would allow for that. Like, there's no caveat that says how you can behave. What you're saying is I should have full rights to do whatever I want with this person's content as long as I'm, there reacting to it. As long as chat's there, I can, basically do whatever I want with this person's content.
Yeah, I still agree. I mean, we still do that to this day, though, don't we? We use old books and old things that were meant to be used a certain way, and we reference it, and then we use it in commentary and whatever the fuck, and we go directly against it. And I think that's still within the bound of the laws, and I think that's fair enough.
Okay. All right. I'm not here to argue. I just wanted to just ask that real quick. All right. Thanks. Bye.
Careful.
Okay, quick update to everybody in chat. Abba had to leave the call because he's busy wiping XQC scum off of his fucking mouth. Number one. Number two.
Your arguments are
your
arguments shit.
Literally don't make any fucking sense. You know that, right? You're saying because I have a lot of fucking...
This guy's like John Zerka on two books. Like, holy shit.
Okay, don't fucking do that shit. That's fucking pathetic. Number one. Number two, your argument is because I have a lot of fucking clout, I should react and do whatever the fuck I want because I'm providing value in terms of fucking viewership. Now, of course, you're not making any fucking money, let me know, or fucking Nolan with your fucking Oppenheimer movie, but you should be grateful that I'm getting people into your shit in the future. That's a terrible fucking argument. If I sold all of your fucking VODs and I just uploaded everything and I started making fuck ton of money without you doing shit, because in reality, you don't do shit. You're not fucking Jinx or Flight or any of these 2016, 17 YouTubers that actually transform the content that they watch. Most streamers are lazy as fuck. You basically don't do shit with your reacts. You just sit there and fucking post funny faces.
Is this guy trolling? Bro, Flight will literally fall asleep or smoke weed during content. What are you talking about? Is this guy high?
You literally fight that shit.
Oh my god!
You're literally betraying your own fucking argument right now. You're saying by you just sitting there and you having your own fucking clout, that just helps it. So if Flight is fucking doing the same thing, it's transformative to you, no?
Yes. All I'm saying is that I think there's a world where that ecosystem is fine, and people are like, yeah, I want that. This is good, whatever. And I only people should go on it. No, it's no by default, and ask permission. Bro, you can talk, you can interact, you can make these systems work. You can make like libraries and shit. There's ways to do it.
No, listen. I think we agree. First of all, I fuck with React content. I like React content since 2017. I think React content is dope. As long as you're fucking giving credit to the guy who fucking made the video, and long as they're cool with it, if they're cool with it, then it's fine. If Let Me Know said, yo, I'm cool with X reacting to my video, it's fine. Yeah, so I don't have a problem with you doing that shit. But let's just agree that you taking from them does kind of fucking fuck their shit up. Because that's a viewer that they could have had.
Wait. So you're saying that the guy says yes, and you say no. So if I go to your ex-girlfriend and I seduce her and we start f***ing and you say, well, no, I don't agree. Like, doesn't make me wrong. Okay. Like, what the f***?
This is not even fucking analogous. This is not fucking analogous.
If you say no!
That doesn't... Okay, relax, buddy. Number one. Number two, if the guy that you want to react to says no, you're not going to react to him, right?
What?
If the guy that you want to react to his fucking video, if there's a YouTuber you want to react to his video, and they reach out to him, because I assume you reach out to these people before you react to their content.
Okay, not before, not in after.
Okay, now you do it, right? And he says no, you're not going to react to his shit, right?
Wait, what?
If he says no, don't react to my shit. You're not gonna react, right?
All targets you could find for this argument, you found the worst guy out there. I will clap your cheeks. Not only do they get asked about, I literally have a system with them. So it's yes and no's, and some people I've stopped watching their videos, and it's all fixed, and everybody's happy. I have no problems with anybody right now.
Okay, again, we agree there. But the only place we don't agree is when you say that you're actually providing any value. You provide value for yourself, like you said with the World Cup example. Your viewership
it's not exclusive. It's both, Brett.
No, it's not. No, it's not. What did Let Me Know benefit from your shit? What the fuck did he benefit from your shit? He didn't benefit shit. His video was already doing great.
Hey, kid. Listen. Here's the benefit. You are talking about him right now. That right there isn't a value. Right, you just proved me right.
Money? Does he get money? Does he get money?
By you talking about him right now. You proved me right.
I don't give a fuck about it. No, I didn't prove
you.
I said monetary value. Monetary value.
You are
mauled. Does he get money?
Does he get money?
You weigh 120 soaking wet. Stop talking shit. Does he get money from you talking about him?
He's gonna get extra. From all that, we'll give him money and we'll give him views. Yes, he will make money off of that.
It's because XQC reacted to him. It's because XQC is ripping off content. That's the fucking headline, right? It's not because XQC is reacting to him, right?
Then why do I care? Why do you make it whatever you call it? It's not what it is. If you're mad about it, you are not him. You are not him.
Stop trying to fucking put me in a box. I don't care. But you're trying to act like every video that you react to has the same exposure as the Let Me Know one. You've reacted to a billion things on your fucking stream. They don't all go as fucking viral as this one.
They still benefit, and after that are not cannibalistic in behavior whatsoever. It is not cannibalistic, and there's no data behind it that will show that it is. And if there is, I am waiting for you to show me. Otherwise, your argument falls
let me ask you. Okay, let me ask you this. Do you think they monetarily fucking benefit? Do you think the people that you react to
down the line they do? Yes.
I don't get prove that shit. Okay, you made the statement. Go prove it. Down the line, they make fucking money. Prove it.
Wait, you make the claim. You make the claim that they don't, right?
You just made the claim that they do. It's on you to fucking prove it.
Wait.
You can't. They absolutely don't.
Wait a minute.
They make more money. They don't.
Wait. It's literally all on Twitter. I don't even have to go dig it up now. It's all out there. The people have shown stat increases across their other videos and increases when React kicked in. Even if a little bit, it's still a positive, and that equates to dollar amounts, and that is tangible. And you're not the guy who's gonna say, "Do not rob this guy." I know everything. Who are you?
Whoa, hold on. You are not. No. You're fighting shadows. You're being fucking retarded right now. I don't care if you.
Yeah, you're a shadow. You are a shadow. You're right. You're a shadow. You are. You actually a shadow.
Okay, thank God you have money, because that's the only thing that's holding your fucking skinny ass.
That's right. And I got a whole bunch of it. And I got a whole bunch of it. So get fucking seated. Get seated and get to hear about me, bro. I'm loaded the fuck out. Holy shit.
Listen, X, I don't care that you react to fucking content. What I fucking give a slight shit about is you trying to fucking cope with yourself and lie and say, you know what? These people benefit so much from me reacting to them that it's good for them. They should be fucking thankful that I'm reacting to them.
I didn't say that.
Wait, you literally just said they benefit down the line. They make more money.
They do, but I didn't do the whole attitude of they should thank me for this. They should thank me.
But you also said that only big guys should have these fucking contracts or these things where they get to react to fucking content or watch parties. That's what Alba pushed back against. He was like, no, it should be open to everybody. When you were like, no, it should be open to
like, because it's about the creative vision. If you had any, you wouldn't be in this room right now, bitch ass. You get that?
In the same room as
it's
me,
about the creative vision. Yo,
what's the creative vision behind you reacting to shit, you lazy bitch? What's the creative vision between putting your tiny fucking
before we did that shit? It wasn't around that much, especially for live content. We are visionaries. You are ancestral.
You're not a fucking
visionary. You are Babylonian. You are old.
If I was talking to fucking Dixie, you'd be a visionary. You're not a fucking visionary. You were an Overwatch Andy.
You are mad. You are mad because you are bad.
Right. Brother, you fucking found the wheel 1,000 years after it was invented, and now you're acting as though you fucking came up with a new thing.
Okay. And what have you come up with except for talking shit?
The only thing you came up with is the most retarded fucking arguments to fucking cope with the shit that you're fucking doing.
I get it. He's another one of these guys that's mad because people are banking on low effort when he's making nothing of a high effort.
That it's low. Wait, hold on. You admit that it's low effort. You admit that you're not really doing much, but you call it creative genius.
Yes.
Where's the creative genius behind it? Okay, tell me the creative genius behind you.
It's the social aspect behind it, the chat aspects, and how these are exploited to make a better, full-fledged product that people enjoy watching more than enjoy watching your ass do whatever the fuck you do, bitch.
Okay,
but then it's so simple.
But then guess what? I could fucking go watch the Super Bowl, or I could watch the World Cup final socially with my fucking friends, with my fucking people, and guess what?
But you have no friends though.
They paid for it. You didn't pay for shit. Yeah, I have fucking friends, nigga. The only frids you have are niggas that are trying to slurp on your fucking skinny ass dick.
He fell for the bait. Brother.
Congratulations. You fucking made a shit joke and I fucking played.
No. You fell for the bait. The whole point is that people on the internet have no friends, and they're gonna watch it with their internet people and internet communities, and they don't have friends. It gives value for them, even though you might go watch it with your friends. They don't have that option.
Let me ask you.
They watch it in chat instead. Dumbass.
Okay, sure. All your juicers are some lonely motherfuckers, and they're very socially attached to you, and that's why they watch. Okay, perfect. I understand. Cool. That makes sense. I agree with you. But would you be willing? Let's say if Chris Nolan or whatever the fuck his name is, Christopher Nolan, he says, okay, X, pay 100,000, and I'll let you react to my goddamn fucking movie with your chat. Would you pay it?
Oh, fuck yeah. But then I'll make an event out of it.
So you're down for compensating people for the fucking work. You're open to actually compensate. It's not only permission.
Wait, to be clear, I think all of us said that, right?
I've always said that.
No, but he's also he's trying to argue right now.
I said I would pay them. They can claim the videos. They can take them down. I would give them my rev. I'm open for. When we talk together, we do some stuff that's fun.
Okay, so you're completely 100 billion% open to give, when you react to shit and you upload it to YouTube, you're open to give the fucking money from that YouTube revenue to the fucking creator, the stream money, all of it.
Yes, 100%.
Okay, that are complaining about this is retarded. If that's the case, I'm sorry.
Yep.
If this is willing to give you the fucking money he makes off of the fucking reactions, you take that fucking deal.
Now you get it. Now you actually get it. But the thing is, my problem with all this hasn't been the problem, like the people that are complaining, is that they complain on other people's behalf. Because the people that are on the receiving end or on the robbed end of it, they don't even agree with the people that are fighting for them. They don't, because they enjoy the ecosystem that we've created.
Okay, so if the people that you're fucking pulling content from are more than happy to give it to you because they're like, this is fucking cool that you're reacting to it, I don't mind. All I'm saying is, when you decide to argue that you're a creative genius because of this React fucking meta, you're not.
I am.
No, you're not. It's okay, right? When you decide to argue that because I react to somebody, their fucking future videos do way better for way longer, therefore they make way more money. I'm kind of still fucking getting them paid in some ways. Therefore, it's beneficial. That's the only part of your argument I have a problem with. Everything else makes sense. But when you try to claim that you're actually super helpful, when in all reality, you're still kind of slightly fucking them over because that's a viewer that they could have had. Because if I watch their reaction, fucking let me know. Why the fuck would I ever watch this video? That's it.
That's it. You know what? It's kind of sad you went to this argument because we went against it earlier of that one thing. Most of my viewers, not every one of them, they would not watch that particular content if we weren't watching it here at that time. They actually wouldn't. The overlap is not only negligible, it's almost non-existent compared to the opposite. You would have to prove the opposite. When would I have to prove that? Because my overlap is proven to not be there. So you're wrong, flat out.
Okay, okay. Let me argue this then. If we're seeing YouTube videos and we're seeing them same as movies, right? You're seeing them the same, right? You would pay for both equally. You don't have a problem with giving the fucking movie studio money. You don't have a problem with giving the YouTuber money. If everybody, because we're not talking about XQC only. If everybody decided, because you said you're a creative genius, you're a visionary. You're the one who's pioneering the new movement. If everybody started doing what XQ said, you love that, you fucking bitch ass nigga. Okay, if everybody decided to do what you're doing and decided to react to fucking movies, decided to react to fucking content that's behind the paywall, why would they then go watch the original content? There's no point. Maybe for YouTube videos, there's no overlap.
We just went over that because Wait, because they want to watch it here with
everybody
us.
Would have
because
the
they have
money
no
that you pay.
friends.
No, wait, hold on. But at the end of the day, you said shit is top heavy, and you're against shit being top heavy. You want everybody to fucking eat, and you think WAC is gonna help people eat, right?
Fuck that shit. No, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if they eat. Bro,
no, because at the end of the day,
I'm not gonna virtue signal.
It only benefits you, right?
Oh my god, you misinterpreted everything that I said. You misinterpreted everything. I don't give a fuck to spread the wealth or do whatever the fuck. I'm not gonna virtue signal that's the main point here. That has nothing to do with it. I still think that has positive effects to do that. Literally. It is not negligible, the positive impacts. But I'm not gonna say that that's the whole point of it. I'm not saying that. When did I say that?
So what's the main point behind the shit that you do? It's just that it's
because I want to have fun. Yeah.
And if you could help fucking people out by paying for shit, you're gonna pay for it.
I would give them a 10x depending on their size. Yes.
Okay. Alright, then we agree. Honestly, we agree. Then there's no problem.
Cool then.
Yeah.
That sounds fair enough, to be honest. I'm okay with that resolution.
But start reacting to my video. I'm not gonna lie.
Start reacting to my video. Start reacting to my video. React to my videos. I'm gonna get paid.
I win.
React to my videos. React to my videos. Instant win. Guys, I'm not. Instant win. No, it's an instant win when I get that fucking wire transfer, buddy. React to my shit. What the fuck?
I like how he got the John's.
This is the greatest scam of all time. What the fuck? He's gonna pay me 10x.
I like how he got the Zerka. He called him Zerka in 5 minutes.
What are we doing?
Every time you're on stream, nigga.
Stop.
Every time.
Okay, you guys are done. Okay, thank you. Okay, how do you got your debate prep, Max? How you feeling?
Yeah.
They should make like a YouTube premium for streamers.
Stop.
You know what I mean?
Just
you pay for it, it gives them like a cut. Just for like all the
hey, Darius, shut the fuck up. Kick.com/Qorantos, QORA.
Oh my god.
Kill yourself.
Okay.
You know what, Disney? The reason why I didn't react, and I don't think you should have reacted to people playing that shit. You wanna know why it's like that?
Yeah, why?
Because at the end of the day, the only thing that matters with getting people's attention, right, and actually making good content is substance. And substance is something you create by doing things of value. And I don't give a fuck if somebody's struggling already. When they plug their shit, I don't feel threatened. I don't know why. Because even though they might go there, they won't stay there. Because the people has failed to create value time and time again. It's why they have to plug. The fact that they plug is the reason why they have to plug. Does that make sense? So it's like.
Wait, who asked? Who asked, X?
Oh my god. Like clearly none of your viewers, there's none here. Holy fuck.
Who asked?
Who asked? Oh
okay,
my god.
Plug, there's nothing wrong with plugging, by the way. I'm sure your ass fucking plugged shit back in 2016, okay? Listen, you can't knock a brother because he's on his early part of his journey, or you're at the end, okay?
That's fine.
Okay, relax, okay?
Listen,
if you're a
I don't knock it.
actually look human. Go ahead, you don't knock it, but what?
No, I don't knock it. I think there's even comical value to some of it if you provide content. I think you're pretty funny, to be honest. And I don't have no problem with this interaction. You provide enough content for this broadcast to be valued, at least with some sort of exposure, right? And when you plug it, I don't care. If you went here and you were like, guys, I don't agree, guys, and he said, Twitch.tv/bumfuck. And it's like, oh, come on, man. Like, at least give us some value, right? That's what it is when it comes to React, and that's the whole basis of it. That's the whole basis of my argument, especially with React 2. It's the same thing.
So basically, I provided enough transformative content to this broadcast that I've earned the right to shout myself out. Just like you did with your reactions, basically. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But next time you're gonna compliment me, at least, tell me you're gonna go downstairs. Because right now, like, no, I didn't know you were gonna glaze me that hard.
You know what it sounds like? Hey, it doesn't. You know what it sounds like? It sounds like Slicker in the beginning.
No, I sound like Zerk the Slicker.
Loud and annoying. Loud and annoying. No substance, and ends up quitting.
Okay, yo,
but I hope you know. I hope that you do. I hope you do well, though. I promise. Listen, when you make it, listen. You can say I was your biggest hater. Okay.
Wait. No. Wait. I already have a lot of those. Okay, but if I'm like Slicker, yo, King, can I borrow like 10K?
Oh, here it comes.
What? You said I'm like Slicker.
I knew it.
What? Yo, King, help a brother out. I assumed you helped Slicker. What the fuck? Actually, you paid for the whole fucking thing.
Yeah, I did.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
He owes me 200K.
Wait, are you actually expecting him to pay everything back?
No, but I mean, I know you won't. But the whole point, the whole narrative of it is that he should, right? That was the whole.
So you're not
narrative
gonna
of it.
say no. You're not gonna say no if he's like.
I'm
"Yo,
not
stop
saying no. I know it's not gonna happen, but I mean that's the whole that was the whole gist of it, right? Is that if down the line he'll pay or he strikes gold and boom, sure, I'll take it, right? But it was all about the victims, not about the perpetrator in this instance, and that's why I did it. It was about the victims.
It was not about getting paid back. It's about helping them.
Yeah, exactly. Because I heard the stories and it was really bad, so I was like, fuck it.
Yeah, okay, I'll fuck with that.
The girl with the cancer. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Don't do it. No, stop. Don't talk about Lupelli. Stop.
Bro, Slicker.
Stop.
Jesus,
I mean, the father one was a lot worse than the cancer one, to be honest. But you don't need to get into it, okay?
What?
Listen,
It was kind of cool.
It's an addiction, okay? People make fucked up shit.
I'd love to talk about like the good things I do, like a fucking donator of charity, savior of the world, right? But I did see one guy that I helped out. I think it was Luke. I saw him at a party today, and it was kind of wholesome. So these are the things that I'm being paid back in how would you say like nice, refreshing story. Yeah, a little bit of happiness like that. So I'm being paid back slowly. You get it?
Being
Little
paid back
Steve,
and
you
good
heard?
vibes, you know?
Stop donating to the fucking Atlanta PD and maybe donate to the fucking St. Jude's Hospital next time. That's what he's basically telling you, Lil Steve. You know what I mean?
I bet the Atlanta
Wait.
PD puts a lot of people in the hospital, so, you know.
Okay, dude.
Oh my god. Disney always finds a way to get there, makes things really fucking sour.
What did I make sour?
Man, that is fucking.
Hey, Freakazoid, thanks for
Next time he's gonna say that they're breakdancing on. Okay, I'm not.
Oh yeah, that break dancing on George Floyd's neck was crazy.
Oh my god, guys!
Literal life, buddy.
Jesus! You have to finish the joke, like Christ.
It was a good joke though, but like,
Yeah, that was Destiny's joke. Yeah, good delivery for sure.
I think you're ready for your debate with Ethan.
No, I think I'm ready to lose, but you know what? I'll
I
get
think
more
you
impressions
sharpened.
by losing than by winning, to be
Yeah,
honest.
I think
Well, the main-
you sharpened tonight. You know, I think you
The
got
main
it.
thing to
A little
remember
bit.
is you're going to be talking to an audience that aren't as familiar at all with all of these like background positions you have. I think that you need to make those clear before you fall into like a trap of
Wait,
Ethan's going
why
to
are
be judging
you
you on his
helping this
terms.
guy? This guy's like the enemy of all the React people right
Oh,
now.
so
or the
I was
YouTubers,
actually
so
going to say,
careful.
Jesse, do you remember your debate with Big Joel?
Yeah, I hate that fucking guy. I know.
So you were kind of locked out by the end of it because he basically conceded that yes, no matter what the property is being threatened, let them steal it. Like
Yeah.
he basically gave it. So at that point, there's like there's nothing you could do. It's like yeah, sure, I guess, and that's how I feel with X. I pretty much fully understand your worldview and what you believe is happening, and therefore it's like all right, you know, I wouldn't do it. I don't think it's the right thing to do, but I understand why you do, and you know that's going to be a big hurdle with Ethan because he's gonna come at you with all of the worst ways to present your POV and how it affects the world.
Yeah,
sort of
but
thing.
Also, there was something that he forgets that yes, some of his viewers like old, but a lot of them aren't as old as him, right? And a lot of his arguments come out of touch, and people can really feel that. And when you compound these arguments a lot, you tend to lose the optics battle, which is the only reason how I'm gonna win I could win the optic battle is that he's just gonna self-sabotage in that regard, right? Because otherwise he wins by optics by default, just based off of his position, right? It'd be like trying to say like racism is good, right? It's like a terrible position, terrible bad optics. I mean, you have to hope that your opponent would sabotage his position or his optics for you to look better in that point, right?
Because like I've seen the clips of him, he hates you, right? Like he's
Yeah, exactly, which
Yeah.
is good for me.
Sure.
Well, it's only
I mean,
good if
it'll
he
probably be
acts
fine with-
unhinged. If he acts like calm and chill, and you act unhinged, it's bad for you.
Yeah. But it's good for content, which I have to make a good hybrid of, which quite frankly, I'll be honest with you, I think Andrew Tate of all people does pretty good.
Out of curiosity, if there was a creator who built their whole career on, let's say, analyzing film or whatever, and then you knew, like inside their head, you knew that they thought, I can retire now because I've got enough of a community where I can just react to videos, and even if the content creators were to complain, I'm going to ignore them. And I'm not really going to react. I'm mostly going to be making food and stuff. Would you condemn them ethically, or would you be like, whatever, it's fine?
I didn't really understand entirely because that was a lot of components there. And say that one more time.
So if a creator built their career on, let's say, reviewing movies, they had like millions of subscribers, and then they said to themselves in their head, but you knew about this, I'm going to retire, and the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to stream now all these different movie reviews and all these different videos and stuff. I'm barely going to react. I'm going to be making food and eating it and mainly just being on my phone. And even if the creators ask me to take down my VODs when I put them up with the same titles and stuff, I'm just going to ignore them. Would you condemn that person?
Well, okay. I think that right now we're in a position where I think people need to do better overall for the whole realm to progress in the ways that I think it should and deserves to and will in the future, right? And I think that when you do things that are bad and damaging and really bad, I think generally people should if you can do better, you should, right? And I think perhaps people should, you know, there should be some sort of feedback, sort of conversation behind making him not do that, because I think that's kind of cooked. Like if it's like really low quality, right?
It's good to hear that you do value the creators you're covering's position on all of it. That's good.
There's some degree, yeah. Because I want things to be good. I want people to enjoy more content. I want people to like get baited, because it will take more time for that creator to start losing their followers and people to stop caring and to trickle down somewhere else, right? Down the line, because if you think about it, like you want things to be good. I want people to have better products to watch, better things to watch. I don't want people to lose on stuff. You know, that sucks.
Wait, Mau, let me ask you this question. First of all, we're talking about optics with like Ethan. I want to fucking bomb the NRA building fucking client. So optics wise, it's not hard for X to win that shit. Number one. Number two, if his argument is I'm willing to fucking 10x the money that these people fucking get, I'm willing to pay for my reactions, shout them out, do everything, ask for permission. If I don't get permission, I won't fucking react to their content. How the fuck are you gonna push back against that shit?
That's what I'm saying. Make sure you get that stuff out. He's going to want to just talk about the fact that he believes you're stealing. But as soon as you let him know you're willing to do all of that, but no one ever, or I don't know if anyone ever has requested it.
Oh no, I have, and I've worked with them in the past before, and I felt really bad, and I talked to them about what they want to do about it. One of these examples is Chris Kazar. I've spoken with them, and I think when they started getting a lot of sponsors from like the Gay Foundation, what the fuck, what I noticed is that they actually didn't want the React to be uploaded on YouTube, and we just stopped entirely. And their motives for that was just because they had interlinked sponsors that had probably way more pure visions than the one that are authored by mine and my videos react. So we stopped doing that, and it was a very good and understanding conversation, and ended up being good overall for everybody. So I don't see a problem with that.
Yeah, if you get all that out early, you should be fine with Ethan. I don't see what he's going to be able to do at that point, because you're talking about compensating the creators, which is something that you make clear matters to you. So that's going to be the main thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Now he's probably screaming right now with his grandma about arguing and shit like that. So I'm gonna have to be careful about because he's probably screaming as well, right? He's doing the same thing as we are. He's probably doing arguments, screaming.
Ethan is absolutely not no.
Oh, you asking like how good is Ethan at arguing?
He's asking
I'm saying he's probably gonna know about
arguments right now.
No, and I mean he's probably gonna have his points already. He knows all of his points already because it's his views, right? But like, he'll probably know about all this. I'll have to come up with like some sort of like off-stream strat or something like that, like a good argument I haven't thought about yet.
I mean, it is Ethan Klein after all. Shouldn't be too difficult.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm shocked. I'm like, we're talking about Ethan Klein over here, not Ben fucking Shapiro. I was like,
Ethan has been on a tear. Ethan has been on a tear recently. Okay, be careful.
So you really think X is gonna fucking lose to Ethan?
I'm just saying, Ethan has been on a tear recently. Be careful.
I think he's going to get taken completely off guard by the compensation stuff. I don't know what he's going to do with that.
I mean, Ethan can just default to the argument of like, until that payment system is set up, streamers should stop stealing content.
But the X has said he's already got it. It's ready to go.
If he's 10xing the money that he fucking gets from that content and he gives it to them, I'm pretty sure that's more than whatever that system is going to give them. I'm very confident in that. So
what I mean by 10x is like if that segment on my stream get a certain amount, I would gladly pay for even more, right? More than I personally got out of that segment, because at the end of the day, I don't care. I want to make content that people enjoy watching, right? And it keeps me into the game. It keeps me there. It keeps me making stuff that people watch. I will make that money back in a fraction of the time. Just because, just of the fact people are having a product they enjoy watching, and that's it. Flat out. That's my vision for it.
Yeah, because it's hard to push the stealing angle if he keeps talking about compensating them or making deals with them or trying to set up a system that will work with them. If you just said you don't give a shit and you ignore them entirely, then Ethan would have a better foothold.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, and I've had multiple talks before with other YouTubers. if they really want to, I have all the logs of the combos that I've had about people and offering them to be paid for their work, and all of them said no. They don't give a fuck. Quite literally, they did not want the money that the video created. They just didn't care. Same way that I don't care when people yoink my shit. It's the same sort of ecosystem, because everybody's like having a good time, make good content. Their word gets around, their video gets around, things go viral, things are good, and everybody's happy. The people that are unhappy are the people that are not part of the ecosystem, that nobody watches their videos, nobody reacts to their shit, and they're trying to push the argument of stealing on other people's behalf because they're insecure about the current numbers, and it's fucking cringe.
Let me ask you this: would you take down a channel that solely, like I think Lil Steve over here was talking about it? Would you make, if somebody was just making content about you, he's stealing your shit, but he's talking negatively about you, and he's making money off of shitting on you, would you take down his channel?
No, because I think overall misinformation and dog shit brings more views at a rate of like 1 to 8, I think, and they're just bolstering my content out there, and I'm making more money off of their hate than they're making off the video itself. So I don't give a fuck what they do.
And let's see, if you don't think it's worth it that could happen, you just hate that people are spreading misinformation, so you would take them down, right? Let's see if I'm asking you.
If I would take somebody down for criticizing me?
No,
Yeah,
for
you said-
misinformation, but that you benefit from
You
it.
said like if Nick, you would love if you had a way to like never have Nick react to your fucking videos. or
Oh,
something.
theoretically, yeah, that'd be nice, yeah.
Hey,
Okay,
guys, you know
so you're the opposite. Okay.
You know what's crazy? My editor's gonna know people like shitting on me, and my editors these days, I feel like they kind of hate me. And you know what? You know the thing you said? They post misinformation about me? That's what my editors do to me. My editors post misinformation about myself on my own video titles, and they shit on me with their editing. Literally. My editors are my enemy. And you know what? That just works better. So I don't give a fuck that much.
I have a question. Do you think there's any argument that maybe the kind of live streaming space or the sort of video, whatever, content space should maybe fall under like a different classification for copyright ideas? Because I feel like it doesn't, a lot of the arguments we're making, I'm starting to see slightly more of your position, but I feel like working in other like fields, copyright has a lot more use than just like views and like just value and monetary amount, but like also genuinely, like as Pisco was saying earlier, like moral ownership or overall ownership. So maybe like it could be a different class maybe, and that makes it easier to be like, okay, you can register. Maybe if you had like different like labels for your content, like you'd say, okay, this is, you know, free to be completely used in the space. And we kind of have that with some, but I don't know, it kind of seems like that's what the intuition everybody here is pointing in that direction.
I agree, and that's why I think having I even produced the existence of maybe having a tag that says, oh, this is reactable or not reactable, right? And then that'd be fantastic, because then you can know ahead of time. And on top of that, I think you're right. Some people don't want their stuff reacted to. That makes a lot of sense. And the nature of live content is that you're just doing things based off of people's interests, what's going on, what are people thinking. Like, there's a reason why I don't wake up in a day and I'll go like, today, guys, if we want to watch this, and that. People will link certain things of certain interests, and sometimes we'll spark trends from left field. And as crazy as that sounds, okay, I think the early I've used him as an example like 3 times in a row today. Andrew Tate. I think that the React content of Andrew Tate stuff was a massive explosion for the beginning of the research of the name that ended up being in the headlines in the news. It was crazy how explosive the React was in its value, and it's quantifiable too.
Yeah, but was university, the way that it was set up, the more content you made of him, the more clicks you got through the affiliate link that they posted in their channel, the more fucking people you brought in, you could access his war room or whatever the fuck. So the people that were pushing his content were actually getting kind of paid for it. That's why they did it.
Yeah, I mean...
No, but what you say, it kind of makes sense. But like, in this instance, they're getting paid for it. They have a benefit.
Yeah, I think a lot of people like to do hindsight herald, which is like after the fact analysis bullshit of like,
oh my god.
Why? What's up?
I like that.
Hindsight herald is like a negative term I use for like the really like cringe after the fact thing. Or sometimes the people that speak about the things that Disney talks about, where you don't know, right? Because you don't have true lifelines, or you don't have a time machine to go back and compare the analytics of an impact or not an impact, right? And a lot of people like to make conclusions about those things on the fly and act like data's out there when it's not. That's why on Twitter I keep debating. Bring me the stats. Show me show me a graph. Show me anything at all that you have that this is harmful. And people have failed to do so. Because one, it's hard to find people that think it's bad that make videos, and two, people that it's bad and it's impacted negatively. It's like there's none. Like almost zero.
Wait, hold on. Didn't some ordinary gamers? Didn't he do that?
What do you mean? No.
When you guys were going back, he never did.
No.
Okay.
None of these guys have substance. They're all a bunch of bitches. What?
Okay, nigga, damn.
I still think it would still be worth, if ever possible, to talk to like Mudahar and stuff to see what would happen. I don't know, like, because I haven't looked at all of his videos, and I know Dark Viper has a lot of coverage of this, but I'm assuming you'd never speak to him. I don't know.
No, I mean, I would, but I think that the history has a lot of relevance. He brought up as a negative thing, or like as a got him, that I reacted to his video a long time ago. When in fact, if he was really upset about it and it was hurting him so much, he could have took my video down at the time, but he didn't.
No, don't do that. Don't do that, X. It's because you said that you never react to his dog shit.
I mean, shit. It kind of proves me right, because he would have done it, but he didn't. So, like, where was the upsetment back then? It's almost like maybe he wasn't doing it because he was gaining from it, and that was good. Right?
Or maybe he just didn't care enough to fucking take down your video back then. Maybe.
Right. But he cares enough to make 9 posts about me on Twitter and dedicate his life to hating me in the past weeks. Right.
Because that video was from years ago. You don't know what the fucking people's opinions were back then. He might have changed his stance based off of people reacting to his content and ripping his shit off, and him seeing his analytics fucking hurt because of it. That could be a reason. I don't know. You guys should debate it. Like, he has his fucking position. I don't know what his position is exactly, but you'd be open to talk to him, right?
Sure, yeah. I don't mind talking to any of them. It's just that the problem one reason why I didn't want to talk to the other guy people mentioned is that guy made really, really weird tangents in the past, to like comparing to like other crimes and shit like that, and it's very just odd. And I think a part of his audience could be literally weaponized and dangerous, and I think that's just kind of scary. I'm sorry, call me a pussy, but that's how I feel about it.
Weaponized and dangerous.
Against the juicers. He's afraid that nigga's audience will take him down.
I think genuinely that comparing fucking React content to rape is fucking weird.
Jesus.
Great. Don't say the R word. Add the G before it. I'm sensitive. Wait, X, I have a question for you. Have you heard of the greatest show on Kick called Kick or Keep? So why are you laughing, Steve? Yes or no? Did you hear of it?
The fuck is that?
Okay, it's a show that's run by me and your good friend over here, Lil Steve, aka Destiny.
Bro, this guy's really bro, this guy's...
No, listen, I'm just asking, would you ever be down to come on? I just want to know.
I'm not currently looking for the date at all. Like, even dating shows, I'm not...
It's not dating shows. We barely get any women. Don't ask why. It's just... Listen, don't fucking laugh at that. But I'm just saying, listen.
Bro, yeah, but I'm in a position now where, like...
You don't need to do the watch type of fucking show. It's not a dating
off
show.
the board. Like I don't care to like.
No shit, you were with the fucking Panzer truck and you got. Listen, let's not get into that. Anyways, it's not a woman dating show. I'm a virgin. He ran away. What the?
Nice.
Okay, X. No, listen, X. My bad. Listen, Steve, don't get mad at me. Okay, relax.
Chat's about to hate you for the rest of your life. Ready?
Oh, dude, don't fucking hate this, guys.
You know what? Somewhere Trainwreck is watching this, and he's like, I knew he couldn't be chill.
I knew it. This guy wouldn't be chill. This guy just fucking couldn't. I'm sorry. He said women are off the board. I forgot the whole like thing. You know what I mean?
You know,
guys, stop saying nice one, Q. Stop.
Watching that Hassan and Ethan thing covering like the X stuff, it's clear Hassan does not share X's point of view on this at all, except for the whole he just wants to take the content.
I mean, it's like, really hard to tell. The problem is Hassan is like always in maximum clout mode, so Hassan was stuck in a weird area where he's trying to appease Ethan while not shitting on X, and he also does some of the stuff that X does, so he's like in a really, really weird spot. Yeah.
Like he didn't even mention the benefit to creators or an intention to, or talking to them. He was just like, yeah, we shouldn't be stealing it. Yeah, we should transform it. Yeah, shit.
Why would Hassan try to suck up to Ethan when Hassan's bigger than Ethan?
Because he just doesn't want to fight with him. He shares a show with him.
Yeah, they probably got contracts that extend way beyond just...
No, not even you don't want to be fighting with your popular co-host. Why would you ever do that?
Well, he would if it like meant... If it was something super important, right? He would probably have to.
No. He has
You think Hassan never would?
No. He would never would. No.
What if like Ethan said capitalism is like the greatest thing ever?
Hasn't there actually, wait, am I crazy, guys? Hasn't there been a show where Ethan is like, yeah, I'm a capitalist, not a full-on socialist, and Hassan kind of like baby puts around? Am I crazy, or did we watch that happen?
You might be right, yeah, I don't know.
I feel like we actually watched it, but I could be wrong. I don't remember.
Wait, didn't Ethan just call out Hassan or something? Like, you just reacted to it a few hours ago, no?
Well, he apologized
so
for it. You guys know about that?
Yeah.
Wait, so Ethan is cool with going at Hassan, but Hassan can't do the same to him?
I think
Hassan just generally tries to minimize the amount of fighting and drama that he's in.
I should learn.
Ethan will like throw shit out quickly and impulsively, like, but he's always going to have a thing in his head of trying to avoid conflict with his co-host as well, like anybody does. Well, too much conflict.
So Ethan is the alpha in the relationship, and Hassan just tries to appease.
Yeah.
Him. He's not confrontational. Okay.
But he did say he's like sorry on Instagram or something. It was too much when he was getting like wide celebration on the internet for his how aggressive he was. And now everyone's sad. But hey, if he brings that energy to the actual, when is this happening? By the way, the XQC Hassan thing. Does anyone know?
I have no idea. I don't know if anybody knows.
Alrighty, well, I'm gonna head out, lads. It was fun.
Yeah, love you, buddy. Be careful.
See ya.
I'm dipping too. I'm dipping, man. Look, dude, I actually feel bad because I was having a good conversation with him. Like, dude, how the fuck am I supposed to remember a fucking case like that? I'm not a juicer, you know what I mean? And all I said was fucking Panzer truck. That's the wrong thing. It's a Panzer
Wait, remember what case? Wait, did you actually trigger him? What did you say that triggered him?
I think I didn't bring up adapter. I said like, he was like, oh, at this point in my career, like, I really don't want to fucking talk about women. I was like, no shit, you were with the fucking Panzer truck. But like, I did say, you know, that's...
Okay.
Listen, just give it to me straight. Did I fuck up? Just...
I don't know what the Panzer truck is. I don't even know what the fuck that joke means.
No, first of all, it's a tank. It's not a truck, number one, so I fucked that up, right? I fucked the joke up. Number two is because... it's because his girl is built like a fucking linebacker for the NFL, or his ex-girl, excuse me. But I forgot that I'm not meant to fucking bring her up. Like, dude, I don't take fucking, you know, like PR training or shit. I even forgot the whole thing existed. But just, you know, give it to me straight. Did I fuck up? Just be honest.
No, I think it was okay tonight. He got all of his debate. He got his debate prep. I think he'll be okay tomorrow, just because of you. Congratulations. See you next time, Bucko.